7 o'clock, audio go live time. Hey, Al.
Who's in chat? Oh, L.
It's just Al. Nothing to concern. Or I figured you mentioned there was actually a smaller thing. Okay. Good to know. To know. Oh, that's what you were talking about.
The
So the end of the
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what he was talking about where we were standing being dangerous.
Yeah. Or he was freaking out about Shez could have died. Yeah. That's why. Hold on. Where's OBS? Just over here. This situation. Yeah. So that's what Bio was on about in the last week, was Jazz almost getting shot in the head by an archer. Oh, yeah, I was gonna ask if we should bring that up. Oh God. So there was some shit that happened during the week.
Define some shit that happened.
So
My tablet's being weird and I can't see chat.
So memes were almost canceled forever.
What happened?
So there's the way that Bio does the editing on these is that there's like a website that he uses to do the editing. And does it all like in browser, and it's a site that's been like pretty well known and around the place for like a decade plus now. Like teachers have been telling students to go use it. People are directing other people to it. Like it's got a paid portion to the site, but there's also like a free editor. You go on and do like editing, not for save things. We're all good to go. It's just that there was some like stuff that was locked behind like paywall. Yeah. So out of nowhere on Tuesday, I think it was, literally overnight, with no warning, they changed the way that their monetization worked, to the point that the previous free tier didn't exist anymore, by which I mean there was still a free tier, but what used to be like the normal free tier was now the lowest level of paid tier, and the free tier was now limited to 2 saves per day. Full stop.
Yikes.
Yeah, people were pissed. The Reddit went bananas. Because, like, people weren't expecting this, right? So, like...
Hey, Gil was almost on time.
Gil was almost on time, true story. So people weren't expecting this, right? And people that had been doing work in there for years and had ongoing projects now had projects essentially being held hostage because they couldn't export them, at least not at speed, because they only had 2 saves per day. So they're effectively holding all these projects hostage. The devs were actually quite active on the Reddit and had a super devil may care attitude to the whole thing, where somebody was like, why would I suddenly start paying for like the service that I've had for 10 years, for free? Like, and the devs are like, oh, well, you've been using it for 10 years and you don't think it's worth 75 cents a month or whatever? To which people are immediately jumping in and like, okay, first of all, that 75 cents per month thing is only if you pay for the entire year at once, which is still like $10 a year, right? But that's only if you pay for the entire year at once. Not if you pay monthly. It's like $2 a month if you pay monthly. On top of that, that 75 cents a month is actually a sale price that you're just not, like, you have to dig really deep to find the fact that it is a sale price. They're not advertising it as a sale price. They're advertising it as the actual price, which is a problem. They've also not listed the end date for that sale. So it could just go away literally whenever they feel like doing that, which is an issue. So, yeah, people were pretty fucking livid. And the biggest reason, I think, having to do with the fact that there was no notice this was coming at all. They didn't say a damn thing about it. They just overnight flipped the switch and people got really fucked. Which, you know, the problem is it's like a website, right? It's not like it's a, I mean, they have like Android apps, but the Android apps are like not the full editor. It's like some other weird shit. So if you want to do the editing, you got to do it through the website, which means you can't just like use Google Play to pay for the thing. So they have like a free trial, right? A 30-day trial or whatever. But like, you know how free trials are. Like, sign up with a credit card, or you don't get it. So that's not an option. You can't just like slap a Google Play card in there and do that because it's not actually through Google Play or whatever. So like, yeah, it was a problem. Bio basically had no way to finish anything. So at that point, he and I are scrambling, trying to find something that works. Yeah, to put this into perspective, this week's images required 35 separate panel downloads alone, plus some extra assets he made, and that's not even counting downloading the actual images themselves. So that would have been like a minimum of like 20 days worth of free saves, right? For 7 days of, yeah, it's not tenable, right? So we're scrambling, trying to find like a solution to this, and keep looking up like other image processing stuff, and just none of them have like the suite of tools that he really needed to function. I saw on the Reddit some people were like, "Oh man, you can still use the old version of it on the Wayback Machine," which like I found to be the case when I tested some stuff, but Bio played with a bit more extensively, and some things that were definitely broken that like were actually needed. And also all the icons were fucked, so you couldn't like tell what you were clicking on. Like if you know where stuff was, it was like, I don't know, 70, maybe 80% functional, but like not enough. So that wasn't really an option. So we're scrambling on this like throughout the day on Tuesday, and kind of didn't really accomplish anything by the end of the day. So Wednesday, I'm kind of working at it again, and like early on, I find a thing that like somebody was referencing, like, oh man, you can just go into like the Chrome Developer Console or whatever and punch in this line of code, and it fixes the problem. Like it just gives you more saves. So I tried that and it wasn't working. I was like, oh well, they must have patched this already. So I started looking at other stuff, and then discovered that the whole limited save things was just tied to like cookies that the website created, which meant that if you cleared your cookies and reloaded the page, you got another 2 saves. Or if you opened it in incognito and then closed it and reopened it, you had another 2 saves. Which was like, okay, I mean, I guess that works, but it's kind of tedious as hell. But at least that option was like available. So I passed that along to Bio, who I guess had already figured it out at that point as well. But I didn't know that because he was sleeping.
Translation, you were up when you shouldn't have been.
No, he was sleeping. Dude didn't wake up until like 1 o'clock. He was up really late trying to figure this shit out.
Yo! Circadian rhythms are a thing! Do I really need to get into that on stream?
Bio doesn't sleep. What you need to understand is Bio does not sleep. Anyways, so there's like a workable solution in place, but I'm still not happy with it. So I keep playing around, and I finally figure out that this code actually does work. But yeah, also he was on the verge of collapsing into a ball. So, you know, like he was having severe mental distress over this, basically.
Bio, you do not need to give yourself an anxiety problem over the memes. It's not worth it.
So I'm continuing to plug away at this, and I find a way to actually make this code work. And it turns out I was just being dumb. You had to run the code, or you had to open the site so that the cookies got created, run the code, and then refresh the page. I hadn't been doing the refreshing the page thing. I'd just been running the code and going, well, it didn't give me any more saves. That's not good. But no, you had to actually like refresh the page. And then it told you had negative 999 out of 2 saves. It was fine. Don't worry about it. So I'm like, okay, cool. Everything's fixed. Hey, Bio, here, just run this code. And then I realized Bio's doing this from a tablet. Which I knew, but you know what I didn't realize? Guess what? Doesn't have access to the Control-Shift-J developers console. Like, seriously, you just hit Control-Shift-J and you get this whole console where you can like...
Yeah, I've accidentally activated it a couple times at work and it makes no sense to me and it scares me.
Yeah, you just like run code and stuff in there. Yeah, that's not on mobile. It's not on Android. You can't do that. The console does not exist. So I'm like, awesome. I found an answer
that
doesn't help you at all. Son of a bitch. So, I started looking around because I was convinced there had to be a way to fix this.
Right.
So I look up, like, how do you get access to the Chrome developer console on mobile, on Android? Turns out, you take the device, you root the device, you plug the device into your computer, you go into Chrome. Basically, you just get, like, super admin on the thing. That allows you to, like, sideload programs and, run non-official shit.
For any of you who are curious why Inu went back and explained, I raised my hand in real life.
Yeah. So, you have to root the device, then you plug it into your computer, you jump into Chrome on the computer, connect it to the Chrome on the device, and then run the code in the console on the device from the computer. Which is A, convoluted to hell, and B, also wasn't going to work for Bio because of reasons. So that was out. Eventually, I found somebody somewhere created a little JavaScript program, just a little like JavaScript thing that you can run directly from your like address bar. That spawns a tiny little like image, a tiny little like icon on the screen, and you click on that, and bam, console.
Okay.
So at this point, I'm like, all right, Bio, listen, I got the answer. Okay, so here's what you do. You go to their website, you go to the editor. So now you have the cookie that you need. Then you take this line of code and you paste that into your address bar. But then you have to go back to the beginning of it and type in JavaScript : manually, because for some reason pasting it into the address bar just gets rid of that, and it's kind of important. So do that. Find the icon, tap on the icon. That'll get you access to the console. Then take these 6 lines of actual Java code and plug those into the console. And that will set your cookie variable to be arbitrarily negative to the point where you now essentially have as many saves per day as you could possibly need. And then you can carry on doing the thing that you used to do without all of this hassle. That finally got worked out at, like, I don't know, 3 p.m. on Wednesday. Like, I don't know, 36 hours after we found out about the problem.
Wow. Jesus, guys.
So, yeah, it took some doing, but we figured it out. I actually found out about this in the first place because I sat down with some coffee early in the day to start working on scripting and decided to make some assets he knew he needed. If it hadn't been for the coffee, he likely would have just spent the entire day in bed. Yeah, it was bad.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy
So, I sure as shit wasn't gonna, like, quit on it until we found some kind of workable solution.
No.
And unfortunately,
I know you. You're too stubborn. I mean, I'm too stubborn for that shit, too. But...
the unfortunate thing is that the workable solution that we have is pretty much a stopgap, right? Like, it's not gonna work forever, I don't imagine. So, some replacement still needs to be found somehow. But, hey, at least we bought some time, so... Jesus Christ. It was a saga. Like a fucking saga.
Holy shit.
But yeah, I broke a website this week. It was great. I had to figure out how to defeat a website's new bullshit security out of nowhere. Alright, well, I guess I'll just... whatever. It's fine.
What?
The title of the first image.
What?
Oh my god, it's not gonna make me. It's the website that broke. Hold on, I gotta actually track what number we're on. Okay, I think that should be 27 overall. There was like 2 corrections, so my actual numbered list is out of order from last week in here because it's sort of by date actually.
Jeez, Bio. We really don't deserve Bio.
No, you're not wrong. We got him anyways.
Bio, there's a reason I said this should be discussed in the first place, because I made sure it wasn't possible not to bring it up.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Also, what is that orc image that you have?
I was watching a like a lore video on Oblivion.
Okay. I just... Every time you close the window, I'm like, what the fuck is that?
It's Oblivion lore.
It's okay, I was watching a overly simplified productions video on dragons on my way over here.
You shouldn't watch things while you're driving. That's against the law.
Okay, let
Legitimately
me rephrase. Let
against
me
the law.
rephrase. It was playing on the passenger seat without me looking at it, so that I had something to listen to because I don't like the radio.
Y'all heard it here first. Willow over here breaking the law. Alright, there we go. That's everything. Just step back over here. Only thing I wanted to do was make dumb images for my friend, but apparently God decided that wasn't allowed. Yeah, and then your heckin' tether for your dog broke at the same day. Apparently.
As someone who also has a big, strong doggo.
Much for the law-abiding image, but low attempts to maintain. Yeah, I know, right? Over here, casually admitting to breaking the law.
At no point have I ever claimed a lawful alignment in real life. I'm neutral at best.
Alright, so, first up, fuck you, Pixeler. Bag of dicks. He certainly has been out for quite a while now. If he does not return soon, he's going to have to eat dinner cold. I can't believe it's so late already. It took way longer than it should have. You're back. That certainly took longer than expected. Did everything go well with purchasing the supplies? Oh, hi there, Tadeu. Yeah, I managed to buy everything pretty easily, though Anna happened to have set up shop in town today, so it was a lot harder than usual to get through the crowds in the market. Yes, she does tend to attract a rather sizable crowd whenever Shez isn't around to purchase all her wares. What is it that you're carrying with you, Ash? Oh, this? I saw these while I was on my way back from town and couldn't help but take some time to pick them. These types of flowers can actually be turned into a potent healing salve, so I thought that maybe they'd be able to help with flames somehow. That is certainly quite thoughtful of you, though fortunately such a salve will not be needed. Huh? What do you mean? While you were away, they were finally able to successfully awaken Flame from her standing coma. Oh, they did? That's great. How'd they finally manage to get her to wake up again? None of us actually know. Not long after you had left for supplies, Sedith requested that everyone else leave the infirmary for a short while. Mercedes included, and then sometime after that, both he and Flame walked out together, and she immediately set a course for the cafeteria right after. Ah, that's certainly an interesting development. Quite so, yes. How Sedith was actually able to awaken her, even when Mercedes couldn't, has been quite the mystery among the soldiers in camp ever since. Oh, I'm glad Flame is moving again, but what am I supposed to do with these medicinal flowers now? While it is true that Flame is no longer in need of them, I suppose you could attempt to use them on Shez in her place. Oh, she's still unconscious? Indeed. In that case, I'll get these to Mercedes right away. If we soak them in some alcohol, we can turn the liquid that runs off of them into a healing ointment to use on Shez. Which we don't need in the first place, since Mercedes' healing magic is far easier to use and also far more effective and won't take literal hours for us to prepare. Why did I even pick these things in the first place? To change the subject, what exactly are those flowers called, Ash? I don't believe you mentioned as such previously. Oh, right. These are actually called yarrows. They're a fairly unremarkable flower outside of their evidently also fairly unremarkable healing qualities, but for some reason, I can't help but find myself drawn towards them recently.
So, what's been going on in chat while you were reading is, Sarge was commenting on how I do attempt a law-abiding image in public, but that he never said I had a lawful alignment, just that I try to project an image of it, which works well in a society. At least until people get to know you. Bio also said the game music seems kind of loud compared to your reading voice.
Huh.
Which I suppose could easily be the case, since neither one of us has headphones on right now.
Well, I mean, the thing is, the game's at the same volume it always is, so I'm not sure what the deal is with that. But, whatever.
Just figured I'd tell you.
There are genuinely 0 spiders in this week's images.
Elle confirms it is fairly loud compared to your voice.
That looks like it dropped it slightly. Maybe. Just looking at the waveforms. It has been several days now, and she's still unconscious. I don't think I've seen her in this bad a shape since the last time we ran into that ashen demon during a mission. Hopefully she'll manage to wake up soon. Mercedes, are you, in here? Who was that just now? It almost sounded like... Felix, what are you doing here? It isn't usually like you to come into the infirmary unless someone forces you to. Why are you holding a small cat? Found it. Alright then, but why did you bring it? Oh dear. The poor thing, it looks like one of its little legs has been hurt. It took you long enough to notice. Well, why didn't you say something sooner then if you already knew about it? Here, hand them to me and I'll see if I can help with my healing magic. Here, take it. Dun 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 dun. There, is that better, little fella? Aw, aren't you just the cutest little thing? Ugh, if you say so. You know, he somewhat reminds me a bit of the cat me and my younger brother used to keep in secret when we were younger. You have a brother? Wait, didn't you live in a huge mansion or whatever? Why would you have needed to keep something like a small cat a secret? Because the people we lived with back then were... If they'd ever found out about the cat we'd kept with us, they likely would have put it into a bag and thrown it into the nearby river. Wow, that's just fucked. I know. which only makes it even harder to think about how I was forced to leave my brother behind once I had finally left those horrid people. We could even call them people. Right. Well, since you fixed the cat, I should probably bring it back to where I found it earlier. Yes, I suppose that is likely for the best. Here you go then. Hopefully he'll be okay out there from now on. It's such a shame. It really was quite the adorable little kitten. At any rate, I suppose I should return to tending to Shez. It could still be a while before she wakes up, so... Hey, what do you think you're doing? Come on, shoo! Shoo! Just get down from there already! Ugh, Mercedes, this dumb little fuzzball won't stay put where it was and keeps climbing onto me. What do I have to do so it'll leave me alone? Oh, my, it would seem he's somehow taken a liking to you, Felix. Can't imagine he'll be leaving you alone anytime soon. What? But I can't take care of a cat. Besides, look at how small it is. It probably has a family or something waiting for it. You really don't know much about how cats work, do you? Of course not. What reason would I have ever had to learn anything about them? I believe now would probably be a good time to begin learning then, seeing as how he's adopted you as his new parent. Wait, I'm what now?
Bio says, by the way,
yes.
The title for this second one is a reference to when Willow said, God, next thing you know, they're going to hide a spider in one of the images for next week. Because she kept getting trolled.
There was no trolling going on. There was genuinely a spider.
There was not. There's no way there was a You were literally just trying to scare me.
Okay, I mean, listen, you keep believing that, but there was in fact a spider. To catch them all is her real quest. Ah, I am truly glad to once more be able to move freely like this. I would have hated to not experience lovely weather such as this. Aha! Looks like I got another one. I believe that voice sounded familiar to me. But who would be so far from camp as this? Oh, good day to you, Ash. Well, if it isn't Flane. I heard they finally got you awake again the other day, but I haven't had a chance to see you yet. How are you doing? Thank you for your show of concern. I am in much better condition than I was previously, so I had simply desired to take a walk now that I am able. What is it that brings you here, Ash? Me? I was just fishing is all. Apparently our fish supply has gotten really low recently for some reason, so I figured I'd do my part to help stock it up again. You have been catching fishies? May I please see what you have caught so far? Go right ahead. I've been out here since before dawn, so I've gotten plenty so far. Oh goodness, you are right. Look at all of them in there. You must be quite skilled to have caught so many, Ash. Well, I don't really like to brag about it, but I guess I have been fishing like this ever since I was little. It must be so fun to sit around catching fishies like this. I used to do so with my mother long ago, but now my brother swoops in to take me away anytime he sees me near water. Oh, I'm sure he's just concerned for you is all. I know I'd be if I saw my younger siblings near water on their own. Though, Sedith isn't here right now, so I don't see the harm in letting you get in a little fishing, right? Really? Oh, why not? I mean, I'm right here to make sure nothing happens, so there isn't anything to worry about. Oh, okay, it's just the bobber on the rod. I was trying to figure out what the red and white was in front of the barrel there. Thank you so very much, Ash. I will be sure to catch the biggest fishy I can. It has been some time since I have last done this. How am I to know when... White. Oh, wasn't that fast. Now you just need to reel it in. Very well. I will do my best to... Oh my. Whoa, that thing is massive. I will do my best to get it closer to us. There. Now is your chance, Ash. You must prepare to punch it immediately. Right, I'll grab the net. Punch it? What are you even talking? Snap. Oh, drats. I cannot believe it has gotten away. If only you were quicker to deliver the finishing blow. Blaine, you aren't supposed to punch the fish when you reel them in. You
are not? But I had been led to believe that a reliable punching stance was a necessity for successful attempt at fishing.
That just isn't how fishing works. At all. Usually you just catch them in a net or something after reeling them in. We even told you that was supposed to be something you do while fishing.
I cannot remember.
Well, in any case, I think that was just about the largest fish I've ever seen out there before. Or what?
The punching noise that Violet always made anytime you tried to use the pressing A in the thing.
Yeah. This is about, might be one of the ones I've caught from me. Might be most of the ones I've caught from here were lucky to even be a fifth of the size of that monster you hooked.
If that is the case, then maybe someday attempt to capture it once more. I am sure my brother would be more agreeable towards letting me near the water if I was accompanied by someone with experience such as yourself, Ash.
Sedith? Being agreeable about something? Well, that'll be the day. Sure thing, Flane. I wouldn't mind coming out here with you again if you'd like. Sounds like it'd be a pretty fun time to have someone out here with me for once while I'm fishing.
Oh, you have my deepest gratitude, Ash. I cannot wait to one day scan that large fishy so that I may register it in my tome.
Register it in your tome? But I thought that thing was for registering information about those huge monsters we encounter. However that even works.
That is correct. However, while important, that feature is actually something which was added to it later at my brother's insistence. Its primary function is that it actually serves as a portable encyclopedia, which is capable of registering the data of any type of fishies I encounter.
The monster information is a side feature.
But that doesn't make any... Here, would you like to see all of the different kinds of fishies I have seen thus far, Ash?
Huh? Sure, I guess. I wouldn't mind seeing a few... Wait, there's more than 1,000 different entries recorded in here!
Indeed. It is for that reason that this is my most favorite tome of them all.
Yeah, we're up to what, 1,004 now, I think? Is that right? I think we're at like 1,004.
Something like that.
Like Golden Go was number 1,000. I do know that. Maybe Flane is the right one to worry about here. Isn't the right one to worry about here. Oh, forgot to scroll back up. It's not gonna help. Don't start the meme at the end.
Brother, not that I do not enjoy your company, but was it entirely necessary for you to accompany me to the training grounds like this?
Of course it's necessary, Flane. It has only been a few days now since you locked up, and I want to be absolutely certain that the patch is working properly, so that such an occurrence does not happen again.
If you say so, brother. It would be most inconvenient to the others if such an event were to occur once more.
Now how's it going in there?
Must I truly wear this? I am hardly able to move under all of this additional weight.
Well, it was either this or the bubble wrap, and for as much as I would have preferred the latter, you were the one who chose the former because you felt it would be less embarrassing. Not that I really get what's so embarrassing about having your father looking out for your safety.
Very well then, brother, if you must insist. I feel as though I look ridiculous in this.
Excuse me. Nonsense. Besides, who cares about looks when what matters is that it's safe?
How long am I to wear this for? I cannot imagine I will be of much use during missions while equipped with such bulky armor as this.
For as long as you insist on being on the front lines with the others.
But I cannot even use my favorite spell tome while I am stuck in this armor.
Trust me, it's a small price to pay to ensure your safety.
Oh, why must you always be like this, brother?
I'm really glad Sedith was able to figure out what was wrong with Flane. It's nice to see those two together again after that whole mess. I know I was worried as hell after whatever it was that suddenly happened to her back in Ferdiad, so I can't even imagine how Sedith must have felt once he found out. Oh, you finally wake up after being unconscious for days, and the first thing you do is wander off from the infirmary and start lying to yourself in public? What do you want, Arval? My head already hurts. I can do without the yelling today. Oh, don't you pull that on me. Both of us know damn well that you are fully aware of how Sedith felt when he found out about Flame, seeing as he nearly beat you to death after you told him. So why the hell are you just feigning ignorance like that? It's called being nice, Arval. Maybe look the word up sometime. I just don't have it in me to stay mad at the guy when he was only upset about finding out his little sister was in a weird coma thing. Honestly, with the way you're able to so easily get over people nearly killing you, there's just no way there isn't something wrong with your head. And speaking of that, I'm certain this is a stupid question to ask, but since you are stupid enough to yourself to actually be worth asking, don't you think it's a pretty terrible idea to be standing here? I don't get it. Standing several days later in the infirmary. And that makes 23 now, moron. Hey, I know that was pretty stupid of me, but I don't think the insults are necessary when my head feels like I literally had a hole put through it. I'm just lucky that everyone was willing to believe Mercy is just that good at her job, or else I would have needed to explain how my head actually got fixed. Oh, really now? Given the amazing lack of self-preservation and raw stupidity it takes to somehow wander onto an active archery range, I'd sure as fuck say the insults are warranted, moron. Or through your thick skull or otherwise.
Is this the last one?
One more? I think one more. Yes, one more. Who cares about place I'm not spelling? It's road trip time. Hey, what's wrong, guys? Why do you all look like you're about to attend a funeral? The three of us have been chosen to put a stop to an attempted insurrection in Dusker. Dusker? Do we even have the time for that? I mean, we can't even afford to protect Aryan Road right now with how tight our schedule is. Hey, you spelled it. Under normal circumstances, not a chance in hell, but these aren't exactly normal circumstances. What do you mean? Well, the general who's leading the insurrection is one of the people responsible for the late king's death, as well as Glenn's, so it's very important to His Majesty that we capture him alive so we can see what role he played in the tragedy. Well, I guess if it's this important, then I'll go ahead and tell Mercy and Flame to get ready so we can head out. I'm afraid that won't be possible. What? Why not? Well, Sedith apparently still isn't letting Flame enter combat for the time being, and Mercedes is busy dealing with what appears to be another outbreak of that weird illness from a couple weeks back, so we'll have to go without them. Huh? But we can't go without Mercy. Oh, really? Please. From the way you fight, I doubt you'd even need the help anyways, so why are you always so insistent that you have to bring her along with you? Because if I have to go without her, then I'm gonna be stuck with beep, 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 beep. Oh, damn it. And just when I was starting to think I was finally free from this torture. Now who looks like they're about to attend a funeral? Quit it, Felix. Ches already wasn't at her best because of what happened at the archery range last week, so she's obviously just tired from all the fighting she was doing earlier. Ugh, whatever. Thanks, Ingrid. So, now that we managed to capture our target, what do we do now? Do we just start packing up to go home? We have the time. There is somewhere I would like to visit first. Really? Where did you have in mind to do? There is a lakeside meadow not far from here. One that I used to visit with my sister. I would like to see if the flowers there have recovered from when they were trampled by Kingdom troops some time ago. Hours, huh? Hey, mind if I tag along? I could use something like that after today. Sounds good to me. How about you, No. You sure you want to just hang back like this instead of coming along, Felix? Might be good for you to take in the scenery. Maybe think about your brother a bit before we leave. Not really my thing. I won't say the past isn't important, but I don't need to reminisce about it to know that what I have to do in the present, namely protecting what Glenn can no longer protect himself. What, you mean your family's territory? Ugh, obviously I need to do that, but no. My brother was never one to care much about that. He was always more interested in protecting the kingdom's future. And since that foolish boar will just shoulder everything himself if there aren't people around to yell at him, protecting him is practically the same thing at this point. Huh. I guess you don't actually hate Dimitri as much as you let on after all. If you tell the boar about this, then I will punch you. Don't worry. While it would probably be fun to just shout to everyone else about how you do care about the people around you, that would honestly be a terrible thing for someone to do. I mean, who would actually be cruel enough to do something like that? I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't care about anybody, least of all that stupid boar and his entourage. Be quiet, I'll feed you later, alright? Right, so I guess I've just been imagining that cat you've been trying to secretly carry around with you everywhere recently. You leave Fuzzball out of this, damn it! He actually gave it a name. Was that Felix shouting just now? I think so. Actually, did I hear him wrong, or did it also sound like he mentioned something about a fuzzball to you too? Oh, shit.
I'm not even gonna attempt to purr.
Well, she's not here at the moment. We don't need to worry about her.
Let's see. Bio says Felix. Wait, hang on. No.
Felix, no.
He starts with, on this one, I went out of my way to spell it once for the sake of making the joke in the title better. He does say Felix has actually had a starring role in more of the things for this game now than someone like Ingrid has. Weird to think about, isn't it?
Yeah, it's weird how Felix actually has, like, I don't know, a presence in this game.
Yeah. Then Bio also says if you look really closely at Shez's block of text saying, how could someone be enough of an ass to do that? You can see faint text in a very familiar color saying distant sneeze.
Sounds about right. Okie dokie. Let's just transition back over here.
I should probably plug my headphones in at some point so I can actually hear the game, huh?
Why do you think you need to hear the game?
Well, just so that I'm not talking over things at inappropriate moments. Unintentionally, anyway. Because I do that all the time.
Alright, we did all the C supports. We've not acquired any new units. So I guess it's time to start on the B supports. However I do that. Recortal? Recortal. I always forget how to do this. Femshez. Alright, sweet. Shez Dimitri. Punch it. Anytime, game.
Oh, you're awake. Don't worry, it's only been a few hours.
Bio or Dimitri sleeps like Bio does.
What happened? The last I remember, I was training some of our new recruits.
You got hit by some stray magic. Pretty hard, too.
He wandered into the middle of an active firing range.
That's right. How could I have let my guard fall so carelessly?
Probably the exhaustion. You usually sidestep stuff like that, no problem. Everybody was really worried about you, though. Dedue and Felix in particular didn't know what to do with themselves. Guess the silver lining is that it forced you to get some rest. If only for a few hours.
Can't believe
Apologies
Felix
for causing
wandered
such a
into the
disturbance.
firing range What kind of moron would
fine
be
now, I
stupid
assure you.
enough to do something like that? Dimitri,
Sure
yes,
you are.
Dimitri.
I know you're just gonna get straight back to work if I leave you be. But hey, take a look around first.
It really does pick up on everything. It's alerting me to a car 2 streets over.
Yeah, it'll do that. You
The
need to
room is immaculate.
define your...
Is this
range
your
better.
handiwork?
Yep. Though we left anything that seemed like it would need your input. Figured we could at least take care of the small stuff while you were out, though. Oh, and everyone, and I mean everyone, thinks you should be taking more breaks.
I'm certainly grateful for the gesture. But how did you find time for this amidst your other responsibilities?
It was easy once we split everything up. Felix, Dedu, and I wrapped up the training session in your stead.
I feel like Tokyo
Then
Mirage
Rodrigue and
Sessions
Sylvain
being a
handled the
sequel
rest of your
to
paperwork. You might wanna
any
glance through
ending
it
of
later,
New
though.
Mystery of the Emblem is highly unlikely.
Ingrid tended to the horses.
That
while
seems
Ash and Annette
very
helped organize all your
unlikely,
books.
given that it takes place in actual
Oh,
Japan
Mercedes
and not in
baked some
Akinia.
wonderful
I was
treats
about
for
to
you.
say that
They'll have you
doesn't
back on your
track
feet in no
to
time.
my understanding of.
What else? What else?
Like,
Oh,
Tokyo
right.
Mirage
We sent
Sessions
some
takes place in
soldiers out to check on the
Shibuya,
nearby villages too.
as opposed to in Akinia, so like, that seems
I never
unlikely.
expected
I'm not
you to
saying
do
it's
this
wrong,
much.
it seems unlikely.
I told you not to do everything yourself, but you still keep piling more
Hey
and more
Dimitri, did
stuff
you know
on
that splitting
anyway.
the workload actually makes things faster and easier to
That's
do?
not true.
What kind of
I
black
relied
magic
on
are
and
you
the others
speaking of,
much more
Shez?
frequently of late. Besides which, this is what I want to do.
You've gotten better, sure, but I'm saying it's not enough. Don't you trust us?
This isn't a matter of trust. I deeply depend on every single person in this army.
So much so that I refuse to trust
Then
them.
why didn't you tell anyone else about how you went and buried all those villagers? Everyone was stunned when I mentioned it to them. They want to hear about that stuff from your mouth, not mine.
Yes, My apologies.
If you're really sorry, then you won't let it happen again. Anyway, go get some more rest. And don't try to say you're not tired just so you can keep working.
But I'm not tired.
I see I can't fool you. Though in truth, I doubt I'll be able to doze off again so soon after enjoying my first dreamless sleep in ages.
Dimitri, as someone who
In that
gives himself
case,
too much
come
work to
kill
do,
some time
stop
with
giving
me.
yourself so much
I'm
work
sure
to
the
do,
training
you
grounds will be free
stubborn
by now.
idiot.
Yes, that sounds lovely.
Oh, Mr. Kettle,
And-
Mr. Pot
Yeah.
called. He says you're black.
Yeah, welcome to why I compared you to Dimitri at the beginning of the support.
Bad ending of New Mystery, the Emblem, as Garnoff successfully tricking Marth into believing he was killed. It does not change the fact that Tokyo Mirage Sessions takes place in Shibuya, not Akinia. Like, it's a completely different world. That long text. Understood. I don't have Linhart yet. Give up already. Go ahead and get Bernie's going in the meantime.
Bernadetta, what's wrong? Is there a rat in the base?
Wait, a rat? Nobody told me about a rat! Oh no, oh no, oh no! It's gonna nibble on all my snacks!
Yes, it will.
True story.
Hey, calm down. I didn't mean a real rat. I was talking about an enemy spy or something.
Oh, right. Anyway, Anyway, it's something kind of like that, but different and still really, really bad.
Uh-huh.
Kind of like a spy, but different? Slow down and tell me what you saw.
Well, you see, there was this lady in the camp earlier who didn't look scary at all and even seemed kind of nice.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Shyness and fear of strangers got you down, huh? Let's see if I have something that can help.
Thanks.
I think I've got just the herb. It's gonna put you out a good few gold coins, but this baby will do wonders
Oh
for
god,
relieving
Anna's
stress.
handing out punch ladies relaxation drugs now.
I've got something a
How did you
little
get
more, shall we
those?
say, tasteful. Real under the table kind of stuff. It's a pot that makes people like you. I would probably recommend against it, but the thing's on sale if you really want it.
Oh no, Bernie made the unfortunate mistake of talking to
you okay
Anna.
there?
Yeah, true story.
I just remembered something. Oh, how could you forget?
Where do you
Barney?
think Punch Lady was getting them
There are
from?
lots of scary people out there who pretend to look nice just so they can prey on you. And you must be one of them!
Well, that was weird. I'm not that scary, am I?
I assumed they just grew the relaxation drugs in the, in like a secret section of the greenhouse.
Right?
And that's how it all happened. I would have been dragged off and murdered if it wasn't for you.
But wasn't that just Anna? She's here all the time selling her wares. I mean, not all of it's the most reputable stuff.
Bernie is
but I don't
right.
think
Anna
she's trying to
is
cheat
factually
anyone.
here to swindle her and
definitely not
everyone
a
else
murderer.
out of their money.
Accurate.
This is all my fault.
I don't know, she
should go
keeps selling me
apologize to her later.
stat-enhancing drugs, so, like, she's not that much of a swindler.
She's not evil?
I didn't say she
Not
wasn't
that I
evil.
know of. I'm also pretty sure it's not the first time you've met her.
I don't know. I'm bad with faces.
I hear that, Bernie.
You're
I hear
pretty
that.
judgmental, you know that?
Huh?
What do we do? What do we do? How about this? There's this merc I've got in my crew. A real terrifying looking hunk of muscle. Sweetest little teddy bear on the inside, though. If anyone's gonna help you overcome this, it's him.
Somebody filled that man with teddy bears? That's
Okay,
unfortunate.
I accept this challenge. You've got this, Bernie.
Alright, let's catch up here. With him tricking Marth, he's able to resurrection Medeus, but times it so the resurrection happens after Marth's army disbanded, causing Marth's kingdom to be annihilated. With everything going to hell, Naga took some of the survivors and basically chucked them into a space between realities. Tiki and Sheet are from this timeline. Also, Marth straight up dies in this timeline.
Looking at Mirage session is less that the world is a sequel to the bad end of New Mystery, but the Fire Emblem character they're from the bad end. I mean,
Except for Marth, because Marth apparently died.
still feels like a bit of a stretch.
We never got Shin Mystery, the Emblem either, which is unfortunate.
There are quite a few Fire Emblem games we never got localizations for, aren't there?
So, we got FE1 eventually as Shadow Dragon. We got FE2 eventually, because FE2 was Gaiden, which became Echo Shadows of Valencia. We did not get FE3. Well, yeah, we didn't get FE3 or the remake, because that was New Mystery of the Emblem. We did not get Fire Emblem 4, which was Genealogy of the Holy War. Nor did we get Fire Emblem 5, which was Thracia 776. And just to... Because the emblems are pretty well known, I don't think it's spoilers to say, Marth is obviously the emblem from the first game, Celic is the emblem from the second game. There is no emblem from the third game because it's still just Marth. Genealogy is Sigurd. Thracia is Leaf. Fire Emblem 6 was Blazing Sword. No, Binding Blade, sorry. Fire Emblem 6 is Binding Blade, which we also didn't get. And was actually Roy's second game. Roy debuted in Smash Brothers, even in Japan. Where Melee came out about 6 months before Binding Sword came out, or Binding Blade. So Roy actually premiered in Smash there. And Roy was the first Fire Emblem character we ever had in the West, because, well, Roy and Marth, I guess, but, because Melee came out 2 years here before FE7 Blazing Sword, which just came out here as Fire Emblem.
Huh.
So yeah, FE6, Binding Blade, that's Roy. FE7, Blazing Sword is Lyn. She's the emblem from that. FE8 was Sacred Stones, which we did get. We got FE7 and FE8. So FE8 was Sacred Stones, which is Erica.
I was about to say that's the twins, isn't it?
Yes, Erica and Ephraim. FE9 was Path of Radiance, which of course we got, and that's Ikikins.
Yep.
FE10 was Radiant Dawn, which we
was
got,
Mickey Sue.
and that was Mickey Sue. Yep. FE11 was Awakening,
I was about to say that's Awakening with Robin,
which we
isn't
got,
it?
and that's Lucina.
Sorry, Lucina.
Yep. FE12 was Fates, Awakening Birthright.
Yes. So Corrin.
So Corrin. FE13 was... Well, FE13 was Shadows of Valentia, which was just Gaiden, so 2 and 13 were the same thing, right? So we did get 2 eventually. And FE14 was Three Houses. I think that's the right order. Pretty sure that Engage is FE15, or is Engage FE16 and I've missed one? Did I miss one, you guys?
Bayer says, I literally don't even know what a Fire Emblem actually is in context, so that genuinely doesn't mean anything to me.
Oh god, Engage is the 17th one? Hold on, are they counting... Oh, they're counting Shin Mystery the Emblem, aren't they?
And then people say, the Fire Emblem is literally a plot device, it changes from game to game. In every game, the Fire Emblem is a plot device which starts a whole lot of shit.
So yeah, for example, the Fire Emblem in Three Houses is just the Crest of Flames.
Oh, I'm dumb. Shadow Dragon was FE11. Sorry. I got thrown off at Radiant Dawn because I don't consider Shadow Dragon and Shin Mystery the Emblem to be mainline games, but they are. Shadow Dragon was FE11. Shin Mystery the Emblem was FE12. Awakening was FE13. Fates was 14. Echoes was 15. Three Houses was 16, and that would make Engage 17, but you just said it was 15. Hold on, or 16? Okay, no, you are saying 17. Okay. So yeah, they're counting all of the remakes as separate games. I guess that makes sense. So yeah, Engage is FE17. But because I was trying to work out, like, we only have 12 emblems. Like, what games did we miss?
Yeah.
We didn't. We did not miss any games.
I was about to say, I couldn't think of any protagonists they, like, outright
Well, they skipped
missed.
Robin. They skipped they skipped all of the protagonists of Awakening. They didn't give us Robin or Chrom.
Correct.
They gave us Lucina. I mean, Chrom is just Ike 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah.
But...
And Robin, Robin would have been interesting, though, as a emblem. Maybe Robin will end up being one of the DLC Bondrings, or Bond things. Thingamajigs.
Possibly. Or Cromwell, but I think Crom's just going to be a copy of Ike, so I don't see why.
Right. Like, I'm trying to think of units that would be different. Like, as much as I would love Alencia to be a Bond bracelet, like, I can't imagine what abilities she'd have that Mickey Sue wouldn't. You know, maybe the fact that she would use swords as an emblem weapon instead of tomes.
I suspect that I suspect that we're gonna get Robin as DLC. I suspect if we do get one from Radiant Dawn, that it's
probably be Soth.
either going to be Soth or Saniki.
Yeah.
Those are my predictions on Radiant Dawn, or Soth or Saniki.
I mean, Soth would make sense. I don't think we have an emblem that whose engaged weapons a dagger yet, do we?
No, we're missing that. I would love for it to be one of the Laguz Royals, though. Like, I would love for it to be like,
Tavarn.
No, you know who I want? I can't remember her name now.
Micah.
No. The Volug's queen. Wolf Queen lady.
Oh,
The fuck was her name?
Oh, it's in my brain. I know it's
It's
in
in
my
mine
brain.
too, but I can't come up with it. Come on. Help me out here, Wiki.
Come on, it's in here.
Nyla.
Yes.
Nyla would be cool. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see who they grab for DLC, but you know, we're not there yet, so. Dorothea!
I'd be surprised if Robin wasn't.
Yeah,
It's
I would
really
be
one of
very
the only
surprised if-
lords that doesn't make an appearance.
I'm kind of expecting Alm to be as well.
Alm would make sense.
And I'm expecting
reminds
either
me,
Hellowood,
I actually found myself at a
Hector,
Noble's
or
tea party not too
Hector
long
or
ago.
Ellawood for
Oh,
binding
you must
sword.
be talking about
or
Sylvain,
blazing
right?
sword rather.
Probably had something
Yeah,
to do with the woman.
I wouldn't be surprised by Robin. I genuinely
no.
wouldn't be surprised
It happened
by
while I was
Soth
doing some
or
work as a
Saniki.
bodyguard. The nobles who threw the party
I
even baked me a cup of
expect
tea to show their
We're going to
appreciation.
get Alm.
Yeah,
I
Alm seems pretty
didn't really
likely
know
to
what
be.
to make of it, though. Hard to say if it was even good or bad.
Understandable. Settings like that.
Yeah,
tend
you're
to choke
right.
the
You're
flavor
right.
out of
It's
any
probably
food or
going to be
drink you
Hector
happen to
and
come
Ellawood,
across,
the way that like
among other things.
Dimitri, Claude, and
and
Edelgard are
Edelgard.
all
I'm
one
not sure I'm built for
emblem.
all that fancy stuff. Hey, remember when I asked you to sing for me? You belted out
I
a
mean, the
verse from
twins
one of
are
your
one
operas.
emblem too.
It kind of reminded me of that tea. It's like, I just don't have the background for that sort of stuff. If you don't grow up in it, you're not gonna get it.
Minerva could be fun
Everyone
as an
has a
emblem.
right to those things, though.
Who was
Taking in
Minerva?
a tragic opera,
One of the siblings.
letting an elegant
from,
meal dance across your
Hero
taste buds.
Flare Up.
I remember
Nobody
the name,
should be
but
excluded
I'm
from those
blanking
pleasures
on.
just because they were born a commoner.
It'd be good if that's how things worked.
Oh yeah, her, yeah.
You think it's not?
Take my time back as a mercenary. I would have gladly eaten a half-cooked rat if it meant I was getting food in my belly. It's only since I joined up with this army that my
I
I
problems
mean, we
became
all,
a little
here's
more
the thing.
discerning.
We're not gonna get Minerva though, because we
What I'm
already
saying
have our
is,
Fire
you
Emblem
never have the
1
chance to eat
DLC.
good food,
Yeah.
and you'll never
That-
know what
that was
good
Tiki.
food is supposed to taste
So we're
like.
Minerva's not gonna happen.
And
Not
we're
that that's
definitely
necessarily a bad
we're
thing,
only getting
but-
6 emblem bracelets,
In that
aren't we?
case,
I believe that's the case.
Dorothea?
So not even every
sorry.
mainline
Got a
lord's
bit
going to
caught up in
get
my
Yeah.
thoughts there.
a bond
But I think it
bracelet
might be
from
just
their
as you
game.
say.
I'm assuming like it's gonna be
Will you indulge
FE1,
me for a moment?
obviously. I would be very surprised
Sure. What's on your
if
mind?
both Path of Radiance and Radiant
When
Dawn
I
get
first
one. I
started
think
singing,
the
I did
Telia
it for me.
Saga is going to have a
Only
DLC.
me.
So
But
I'm
it wasn't
calling
long
either
until
Soth
Manuela
or
discovered my
Saniki
gift.
on that one. We,
Saniki would make more
joined the
sense
opera
for
we
company.
already have
like,
one from
it
Three
felt
Houses,
Yes.
so that leaves
incredible.
3 more to go. So
I
I'm
wanted the whole
assuming
world to hear my
we're
singing.
going to get Alm.
Yep.
So that's 4.
Once I became a
and that leaves
songstress,
2.
I started attracting more and more
So-
attention.
So
I'm
Robin
assuming
makes
Robin,
sense
and that
because
takes
one,
care of
there's an
Awakening.
amiibo
I knew
for
I
it.
wasn't
Like
singing for myself
that's
anymore.
part of my logic behind Robin
singing for
too.
them.
Yeah.
Now you can't even appreciate
Which
my
would then
songs if you aren't
cover, I
born with
think,
a
all
silver
of the
spoon in your
amiibos
mouth.
having representation. If we get Alm and Robin.
Yeah, I can't think who the last one would be. I'm trying to think of like a
Yes, it's six
including
Tiki and
yeah.
the 3 House Lords.
Oh yeah, Hector Ellawood. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so I think that's it. I think we get Hector Elowood. I think we get
Robin.
Soth, we get Robin.
Either Soth or Saniki.
Yeah, Soth Saniki. It's somebody from Tellius.
Yeah.
Like those are my calls.
And then I'm calling it whatever lords or whatever emblem bracelets we potentially get turned into.
I don't think that's
amiibos.
true at all. Everyone can learn to love it if they want.
If they don't already
The only
have one
reason I
anyway.
didn't understand was because I didn't have much interest in opera before now. So don't belittle
See,
yourself like that.
the reason I
Your
kind of
singing
lean
is
more towards
incredible,
Soth
Dorothea.
than Saniki as an emblem,
I appreciate that. I
though,
really do.
is I think Saniki
But
would be too
I still
similar to
can't help but
Celica.
wonder.
Yeah, so Soth would be interesting because it would be a very different style for the emblem.
Of course, it would also be the most unusable emblem in the world.
You would certainly hate it, yes.
Listen, Bane would not be bad if it could only trigger on the first hit.
That's true.
The problem is that Bane can trigger on both hits, but it only ever triggers on the second one in practice. Like, that's the problem with Bane.
I mean, it does make Soth's S ring, in terms of
It's
bond rings,
unusable.
unusable, yes.
It's unusable. But it doesn't matter, because the Olwyn S ring off of, like, Leaf's stuff is the best S ring in the entire
Excuse
game.
me.
That's the
May I
one that
ask
lets
for your ear?
Thunder hit.
Yeah, it makes Thunder
Yep.
a brave
Sure
weapon.
thing.
Yeah.
What's on your mind?
I have the desire to be learning more about mercenaries.
Doesn't it also let Thunder hit at a range
It is a
of
subject of much fascination to
one?
me.
What it did.
Thunder can always do that.
Sure, I guess.
Oh, that's right. It's
But
1
I
to
think
3.
you've heard most of the exciting bits by now.
Nonsense. Each word you speak is full of excitement. Please give me more illumination. For example, are you receiving payment for your work here?
Sure, me and Dimitri
Yeah,
have a
Dimitri's
contract.
paying us, I think.
Lucrative one too, as these things go. Guess the boss thinks pretty highly of me.
Yeah, but he
You
then
said
also
money
makes
was
us
of
pay for
importance people who
everything.
sell their swords.
He pays
But
us,
what
but
if
we
an
also
enemy offered a
bankroll the
bigger
weapons
payment?
for the entire
Would you
army.
be taking it?
Ooh.
You need more than that to get a true merc to switch sides. Still, if an enemy can outbid your current employer, it means they've got a good shot at winning. And nobody who enjoys breathing wants to wind up on the losing side.
Yeah, that's true. Don't lose, basically.
So in Fodlan, one must try to be
But Nyla
allies
would
with
be
the
a cool
side that
emblem,
has
right?
more richness?
That would be a cool emblem.
See, that's
To
the
go
thing.
back to, like, the
Trust is its
idea
own
of
currency,
the
too.
Fire Emblem. Yeah, it
I mean,
changes every
let's say
game, though.
someone shows up
Like,
with a
in the
pile of
Telly
gold
Saga,
and
it was
asks you to
legitimately
switch
just like an
sides.
emblem
Tempting, right?
that
Yeah.
got carried around and was the
You gotta be
MacGuffin.
careful. You
Um,
could take them up on their offer, only to learn
but
that the money was just
in,
bait,
like-
and the guy actually wants you dead.
I mean, in Three
And
Houses,
to make things worse,
it was
the
the
honest employer
Crest
who just
that
stabbed
was
in the back
stabbed in
now knows you're
Byleth's
as reliable
chest.
as
Yep.
a three-legged horse.
like that was the Fire Emblem.
Point is, integrity means more to a mercenary than money. Probably should have led with that, actually.
Strongly suspect I know what it
I
is
have
in
understanding.
Engage, but
Trust is of importance
I
to
have not had that
everyone,
confirmed yet,
but that
and
has even more
it
truth for
could
a
be
seller of
spoilers, so I
swords.
don't want to speculate.
You got
I've
it.
got my theories
Oh, and
as
trust
well,
me,
but
folks who hire for the best jobs make sure to know everything about you before extending the offer. But there's a flip side to that coin. If you're the
yeah,
type of employer
it's
who
different
likes
in
to leave
every
mercs in
game.
the
It's
lurch,
the super
you better
powerful
believe
thing
word
that
will get
either
around.
powers the protagonist's
Hard enough to
abilities,
stay
or that they
alive
have to
without
go
word
hunt
nonsense.
down to be able to
I
do
mean,
the thing.
sometimes it's
That
not
is a
even a
thing we all
physical
share in
thing.
common.
Sometimes it's just
Yeah,
kind of a
sometimes
We
it's
wish
just
to
a
concept.
keep
concept.
breathing, as you said. And what if I was offering a job? We are on the same side. Would that be betrayal? Bridget is a land of richness.
So it's not
You can offer
exactly
much in exchange for
easy
the
to
selling of
define
your
what the
sword.
quote unquote, or what the quote unquote Fire Emblem
Yeah,
is.
there is no like definitive Fire Emblem.
Yeah, there is no the Fire Emblem. It sure has been an interesting 10 minutes of words that I don't understand any of.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Sounds tempting, but I can't. I've got to see my
It's
current
okay, we'll play
contract
more
through
Fire
first.
Emblem games on the channel, and
Also,
you'll
didn't we
be
just get
even
done
more
discussing how terrible it is
confused
to
at
abandon
what
a job
anything
before it's done?
means.
I knew you would be declining. You are the model of a mercenary.
Someday we're gonna do the Tellius saga. Someday. God, there's no way we're getting through all of Shez's fucking...
No, I say we do a couple more, and then we actually move over to the game. Because at this point, the first hour and 10 minutes of stream has been explaining the meme situation, the memes, and this.
Yeah.
The only thing I know about Fire Emblem outside of houses / hopes
Hey,
is
Dedu.
that silver
It looked like you
weapons
were
are
having some trouble out
bullshit.
there during training
Oh,
today.
boy,
All
Bio.
good?
Bio,
It is not
buddy.
uncommon.
Wait
Many
for the
soldiers do not
the
think highly of
singular
me.
video this week.
Why's that?
Just one.
As
One
you know,
video.
I am from Dusker.
Edward died.
It's 2 hours long.
Relations with my home
Did
have
Edward die?
improved
Edward did
now
not
that His
die.
Majesty has taken the throne, but
Oh, it's no,
You still
you
hold
don't
these
understand.
skills
It's not just
fighting
silver
beside
weapons.
someone
He's
like me.
they start throwing killer and brave weapons at us now too.
Yay!
It's chapter 10.
Yeah, but brave weapons are awesome.
Yeah, when you have them. But when 3/4 of the enemies on the map are wielding silver, killer, or brave weapons in chapter 10, when you've been given a total of 4 promotion items and can only buy up to iron? Yeah, it's kind of BS.
Really? I don't see why.
the tragedy of Dusker shook the entire kingdom to its core. And now I am among the Royal Guard, an honor often reserved for the children of nobles. As I am neither noble nor knight,
Oh,
many are
okay, that was
displeased at
linked
my
back
position.
to an earlier comment. So,
Yeah,
they were
that
saying
kind
my
of stuff
favorite
always makes people
conversation in
jealous.
this game was Shez and
I've got
Edelgard
tons
talking,
of
and
rumors flying
Edelgard
around about
asking
me,
what they
too.
thought about her
Not that I
starting the
blame
war,
them.
watching her
I was
shocked
just
and
a
angry
regular merc,
reaction to
plucked
don't
off the
care
street
either
and
way.
into the officers'
It's like she
academy
knew some
just
people
because
would
I happened
agree,
to
and
bump
most
into
would hate
Dimitri.
it, but it never even entered her mind
All
that
of it was
people
a lucky
just
break,
wouldn't
if you
care.
ask me. Kinda natural it would get under people's skin.
True. We are both here due to
Bio says, oh boy,
happenstance
and I thought
involving
that
His
bullshit with
Majesty.
Lynn was bad.
It is in the nobility's instinct to resent us for claiming their rightful roles. Missing out due to sheer luck is cruel indeed.
I'm sure Dimitri's got his hands full balancing it all, too. One wrong move, and we could be faced with a full-on rebellion. But you know, I think there's an easy way to solve this. We just have to prove we're both capable leaders, that we deserve people's support. It's like I said before, as long as we get results, trust and respect will follow. Even the biggest skeptics will have to throw their weight behind us if we can show we have what it takes.
Something you learned as a mercenary.
Yep. There was this thief we had in our company, real shady guy. Nobody trusted him,
Never trust the shady
but he did
thief.
his work just as well as anyone else. And before long,
Exclusively
everyone had
trust
pretty
the
much
shady
warmed up
thief.
to him. After a year or so, even I was joking around with him like he was an old friend.
Shez, I'm not sure you really understand how
He won your
stupid
trust.
and petty human beings actually can be.
Of course, we didn't know for sure he wouldn't just run off with all our stuff one night. But that's why people like you are so valuable. You know, people who keep an eye
I'm
out
gonna
for
go with
anything
no
suspicious.
because that's just the Edelgard
I see.
DLC ring. It gives you access to
Sorry, I didn't mean to
literal
talk your
relic
ear off.
weapons and also
No,
gambits.
I appreciate it.
And
I
it's
will try
not
to follow your
like
advice.
ridiculously OP. In fact, the gambits are kind of so they're very situational. So the shield gambit is great for just ignoring the first time you're shot at range.
The fire gambit's actually also pretty excellent.
Here's the Yes, but there's a big asterisk on the Fire Gambit. Do not use the Fire Gambit with a range 1 weapon.
Well, yeah.
Because you'll light
obviously.
yourself on fire as well. Like, only use that shit with a range 2 weapon or more. The Poison Gambit can also be really good, because the Poison Gambit doesn't even have to deal damage to poison stuff, unlike knives, which is kind of neat. And then you also get access to, with the Edelgard Bond Ring, you also get access to combat arts as well.
Yeah, that's true, you do.
Yeah, for some reason that I don't quite understand, Gilbert is part of the Edelgard engage ring for some reason.
Light everything on fire.
He just fucking shows up. They're like, all right, time to light ourselves and our enemies on fire.
What's wrong? Your footwork is even sloppier than usual.
You noticed that, huh? It's nothing. There's just been a lot on my mind lately is all. And I was kinda lost in thought when you lunged at me, so I couldn't really react too well.
Training isn't the time for idle contemplation. You're worthless
Time to
as a
cleanse them all
sparring
in
partner if
holy
you let your
flame.
mind
I
wander.
mean the enemies, right?
Not
Right?
to mention that you do the same thing in actual battles. Getting distracted when you're training is one thing.
I guess you're
Do
safe to
out
use it at
there,
range
and
1
the enemy
if
will
you happen
cut
to
you
be a
down
flying
without
unit.
hesitation.
It's true.
Because then you're immune to the fire terrain, but...
We've been through this before. If there's something on your mind, just come out with it already.
I think the Edelgard emblem is probably going to end up on Ivy long term.
You think?
Well, so here's why. If I need to like wander her into an area to get attacked by an archer, having the ability to do the archery guard thing is great.
Oh,
but
that's fair.
also it just gives a passive at high enough thing that just negates flying weakness.
True.
So it takes away her flying weakness entirely, which is great.
I was just thinking you have a pretty good read on me now, too.
It was obvious something was wrong from the way you were fighting.
I'm not a pyromaniac.
And this is
Trust me.
just payback for last time, so no complaining.
Oh, don't worry, I'm not.
If you say so. There's still something I don't understand, though. Where did you learn to fight like that?
Yeah, that's like the
Clearly
ideal
don't
way to
move
do
like
it,
a
is you
knight,
like
but I've
longbow
never
it
seen a
with like
mercenary use
Alchrist or
those
something,
techniques
and then
either.
stick, a big heavy
I guess
wall,
you could say I
like,
taught myself.
Louis.
I didn't really have
or,
one teacher who showed me everything.
Or
If anything, I just kind of picked stuff up as I moved
whose
from
name I
one
can't
band of
remember
monks
right
to the
now.
next.
That kind of looks like Lalatina.
That explains it. I was wondering why your style was
like
so hard
Diamond
to
or
read.
somebody. Just stick them. To
Oh,
block
are
them.
you
Both knights
talking
and
about-
mercenaries use a
Oh, God,
standard
what's
set
her
of
name?
battle-tested
I know,
tactics.
right?
A book they all
Diamond's
claim.
Jade.
friend.
Jade.
Yeah.
But you're not bound to any single convention. I suppose
Yes, Jade.
that's what I
Thank
found
you.
strange.
I got there before I saw the message.
Probably
but-
doesn't help that I don't.
I
have to
love that
draw
both
my
of us were
sword
just
like
sitting
everyone
here
else.
like, her name, like in my brain
When
I
you
was
think
going,
about it
she's
like
a
that,
gemstone of
it
some
might
sort.
Well, yeah, they
but
all
she's-
are
I
from
taught
Brodia.
myself
Yeah.
Instead of
Like,
subscribing to
that's
a
the thing.
particular
Everyone
school
from
of
Brodia
thought.
has a gemstone.
A unique style.
Just like
all your
everyone
own.
from.
What
Fascinating.
gemstone is Alchrist?
Teach me.
Like, that's not a gemstone I'm familiar
I'd be glad
with.
to, but I'm the only
Like,
one
that's
who
the
can
only
use
thing I
my
can't
sword.
figure out is
It won't be
Alchrist,
easy to
because
replicate.
Diamant's obviously diamond,
That's
Jade
for
is
me to
obviously
decide.
Jade, Citrine's
If
obviously
nothing else, I can
Citrine.
adapt your moves
Lapis
for my own
is
Lapis,
clearly
yeah.
Lapis.
Like,
The more styles I know, the better.
so I know Alchrist has to have some sort of gemstone reference somewhere. I just don't know
Hey.
what it is.
Take the second syllable of his name and put it into first.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
If you say so. I don't know how this is gonna go, but I'll do what I can.
Thanks.
Oh, and
It's
you can
literally
teach me
been
in
driving me
exchange.
nuts.
The more styles
It's
the
okay.
better,
I
right?
worked it out literally just now.
You
It's been
fight
driving me
sorta
crazy
like
too,
a
but I
knight,
actually just
but
worked it
also
out right
sorta
now.
not. I
It's
mean that in a good way, of
literally been
course.
driving me nuts.
I'm not sure how to put it.
Someone with two swords
It's
just
almost
wanders
like you
around from
react to the
person to person,
situation
copying
as
their
it
combat
plays
styles
out.
and adding them onto their own.
So, yeah. If we can combine our two styles somehow, I bet we'll both end up stronger
Playing
for
Radiant
it.
Dawn on an emulator. Someone can Micaiah freaking sandwich. A girl needs some
Maybe
HP. A
so.
light freeze can kill her. Yes, she's very squishy, especially in the pro. Wait, hold on. I have to ask. What difficulty did you start the game on? Because that could be part of your problem too.
Yeah.
Like, hard mode is lunatic.
Yeah.
If you're playing the localized version and not the Japanese version, hard mode is actually lunatic. Normal is hard and easy is normal. Because they decided to be fucking rude as shit. Normal English. So you're playing hard mode. Understood.
Yep.
Yeah. She will be kind of squish. That's true. I mean, what you do is you just stick Soth in
Hey,
front of
what's
every
wrong?
gap and unequip
Something
his
on your
dagger,
mind?
and he takes no damage, and then you just stand Micaiah
Kinda,
behind him
yeah.
and pew people with light
Remember
domes.
before when
Yeah.
we were talking
And
about
anytime
my mom?
Soth does get injured, you just sacrifice to
The
heal
more I
him.
think about
Because you
it,
can't use
the
staves
more
yet.
I'm
but-
realizing she
Yeah.
really
Then you
was
keep
a
Laura
strange
behind
person.
Micaiah to stave Micaiah back when she
What
does
do you mean?
sacrifice.
Yep.
Exactly that.
Yep.
Everything about her was
Oh god,
kinda
the
just
PTSD
a mystery.
flashbacks that statement just
I've
put
spent
me
hours
through.
trying to puzzle out how she
Yikes.
might have ended up in that
Holy
remote
shit.
village.
And then in
I
that
keep
one
coming
map,
up empty.
where you first get introduced to like ledges,
I mean,
you give
someone
Edward a
that
wind
smart
sword
is
and have him
rare
stand at
even
the
in the
top of the
biggest
one
cities,
ledge and
right?
mercilessly
She
cut
could've done
everyone
everything.
down.
Yep.
Because they can't do shit to
using
him as
magic
they
was a
stand
breeze
below
for
the
her.
ledge and look up at him, and he's just like, execution, execution,
Might not have
execution.
talked much about her past, but
Yeah.
can you think of anything
Ye-
she mentioned
it-
that
that's
could give
a-
you a clue?
Like, of all the Fire Emblem
Maybe
games
something
I've
about
played,
the
that's
people
the
she
one
knew,
I've been,
or
like,
unique things
consistently
she
the most ruthless in.
If she did, it's not
Because
coming
that's what
to
you
me.
gotta do
She's
to
been
clear
gone
that
so long
game.
now.
You cannot show mercy
Yeah,
ever.
nothing really
Yeah,
springs
you
to
killed
mind.
Ileana like 8
don't
times in
even
a
have any
row because you
mementos to
refused to
remember
change
her by.
strategy that one time. I remember that. I was there for that.
Then we'll just have to investigate. I'll help.
Investigate? As in my mom?
The
Where'd
heart was
that come
always
from?
fun to throw out on maps.
Well, both of my parents died in an
The
epidemic
Hark had the
when
benefit
me
of
and my
having an
siblings
earth,
were still
like an
very
earth
young.
support,
Yes.
which also made him
I still
like,
have some
hilariously
hazy
busted
memories of
when
them.
paired with Ike,
Food
for
they
instance.
used to make,
Although,
that kind of stuff.
again,
But that's
Harky
really
Poo
all I
was
have
just...
left. And since they were
Anytime I needed to
foreigners,
wall
there's
anything, I'm
almost
just
no
gonna send
record
you
of
over
them.
there. Oh
All
shit,
my
there's an archer.
searches
Somebody
came
will
up
go
empty.
kill that, that's fine. Or he'll
I
dodge.
know
You're
how
talking
much
about
that
Har,
hurts.
not
Yeah.
Zahar.
So it's not
Yeah,
hard for me
the,
to
I
sympathize
did
with
say
what
I
you're
was
going
switching over
through.
to talking about Harky Poo.
Huh.
Yeah, but Har doesn't have a K
Really,
in his
it's
name.
just so I can get my own closure.
Yes,
don't have
but
to
if
do
I'm
it if you
gonna
don't want
refer
to.
to anyone as, with poo on the end, there's gotta be a KY before it. It just doesn't sound the same otherwise. Let's see, currently in the desert map where you have to save Jill, Zahark, and Gundam-looking general now.
Ah, yes. Turnio, I think, right?
Oh, yeah.
Is that right? Is that his name?
Something
I
like
think it's
that.
something like Turnio. Radiant Dawn. Taraneo.
Yep.
Yeah, Taraneo. That's the one.
I had to see the spelling.
Yeah, him.
Yeah. No, he's Gundam Man.
Hey, don't forget to get all the free hidden shit scattered all over the floor.
Right?
Because that desert map is full of free hidden shit scattered all over the floor that you have a % chance to pick up anytime you wait on a tile that might have that stuff on it. Oh my god, it's such a nightmare.
Oh my god, that game's a nightmare for the amount of hidden shit.
It really is.
Like-
I still have most of it memorized,
Like,
but
I genuinely appreciate the fact that
Alright,
the
I'm
spaces
in.
you can stand
I'd
on
love
and
to
wait
learn
on
some
to
more
get
about my
shit
mom.
in the last couple games have been
Okay
clearly
then.
marked.
How are we doing this thing?
Like,
The most sensible place to start would be talking to
I
people.
like how
who
Ash's
knew her.
immediate response is, well, if you don't know anything about your mom, let's
doubt
just
anyone
dig
in
up
the village
literally
really
everything we
remembers her,
can about
though.
her personal
We
life
weren't
before she
exactly the
found
most
you.
social
Finally,
would be
so
proud.
proud.
Still, someone must have known her. It's impossible to stay completely unnoticed in those small mountain towns. It's entirely feasible one of the
In
villagers can
next
tell
week's
us
memes,
something.
Ash tries to
Or,
find an
well,
info
what about the
tablet,
village chief?
only to be asked, what's
If
an
anyone's gonna
what's an
remember
info
her,
tablet?
it's him. But
You know,
for
I
all I
don't
know, he
know.
could be dead by now, too.
Then we'll just have to send a letter and find out. And if we never get a response because no one there can read, well, in that case, we can go ourselves.
Oh, look,
Guess
Ash
it's
is
worth
even
a shot.
preparing for everybody to be
I
illiterate.
feel kind of bad sending a messenger out that far, but we might as well see what happens.
Great. Now come on, let's get started on that letter.
Now, what kind of idiot wouldn't be able to read, Ash? Alright. We got through Ash. We'll stop there. We gotta play the actual game, too.
Bio, remind us next week we're starting at Sylvain on supports. Sylvain on
Sylvain B
Viola,
supports.
Or, yeah. Sylvain on Ches. Supports.
We did all that. We spent all of our... We did spend all of our points, right?
Did we?
I think so.
I don't know. Tail end of last session's blur. Because I was a zombie last week from all the shit I moved.
Great. Hey, I remembered B is run. Didn't try to press R1 to sprint.
And then all you have to do is tap it. You don't have to press and hold.
God damn it, Meg. You have one job.
Greetings.
You're a meat shield, so why do 3 unarmored units have higher defense than you? Because Meg is a failure at everything.
Yeah.
Blast. Well,
She is
hello
not
there.
her father. Like, not even slightly. Okay, I didn't. I wanted to make sure I bought the stuff.
And you
from
don't get
there.
Nephany till you're in Ike's part of the game, right?
No, Nephene and Braum come in Alencia's.
Oh, yeah.
Ash is assuming that everyone can't read, but unlike everyone else, that's apparently just a thing he normally does on his own, yet he somehow still never found out about Pilot. Yeah.
Thanks a bunch.
Okay. We're off to go do the big mission, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Calling the
Elador
rebellion.
territory. Hey, your role is bench warmer as soon as I can rotate units out. What you need to understand is her role was bench warmer for me the instant she came to the party.
Yep.
Like in Radiant Dawn, like I was not afraid to just bench
Hard
units
bench people,
immediately.
Yeah. Well, especially if you're doing any sort of challenge run after you've played the game the first time, genuinely you go in knowing what units you're gonna
Yeah,
use.
yeah.
And
I'm already-
it becomes worthless to give experience to anyone else.
I'm already planning my second playthrough challenge run for Engage. I'm gonna drop it down to normal just because I don't want to have to grind for it, but I'm gonna do females only, which means I'm not gonna be able to use Diamant, which is sad, or Alchrist or Kagetsu. So like my biggest badasses are gonna be off the
See,
table.
most of the units I'm playing with right now are predominantly female.
Time
so...
for you to do a male only run.
No! That's not happening.
Time to make our stream playthrough a male only run.
Please don't make this stream playthrough a sausage fest. I can't handle it.
I guess you should probably do it on your own before then. Yeah, I know. She doesn't. We were at this, like, band competition one time, and she was obsessed with this girl in a ponytail and shoes.
No. Inaccurate.
We kept talking about her. Like, repeatedly.
I brought her up once, and then you You hard focused in on that.
Gustav, Annette, the success of this plan lies on your shoulders.
Does it?
We've got this, Your Majesty. I swear, we'll make my uncle see the light.
There's
sure
so
about
many
this,
of the
Dimitri?
Dawn Brigade so squishy
It
though.
probably shouldn't
Here's
be
the thing,
said
a
this
lot
in
of the
front
Dawn
the
Brigade
Baron's relatives,
units
but
are some of the best
the
in the
Western
game
Lords could end up
if
convincing
you
Baron Dominic
actually
to leave them
have the
once
time
more.
to level them.
Killing him
I'm
now
gonna warn
could
you
spare us
right
a
now.
storm of grief
If you
later.
think they are squishy now,
It would be quicker.
just wait until the
But
first
convincing him to
map you
join
have
our
to do
cause
with
will
them
pay
in
dividends
part
later
4.
on.
Or part
I'm
3,
sure of
rather.
it.
Isn't that even...
Not to mention that the Baron's
It-
eldest
yes,
son
it is a Fog of
possesses
War
quest
map.
of his own. Even if the father falls,
Because that is
what's to
just
stop
brutal.
the other lords
It's
from
after you've just
promoting
gotten
his
used to
heir
using a
as
bunch
their
of,
standard
you know,
bearer?
like, promoted units
exactly
with
why I'd rather
Olencia and
descend
Ike,
with Baron
and
Dominic
now
as an
you're
ally,
back to, like,
not a corpse.
non-promoted units with Micaiah's people, because they haven't
But
leveled
first,
up at all
we'll need
since
to
the
whittle down the
prologue.
armies of the other
Yeah.
Western Lords.
Which then
We
means
then
once
can
the
seek
two
an
groups
opportunity to
merge,
reach
that most players just completely forget about the
Dimitri,
Dawn Brigade
we
and
should get
bench
moving.
all of them. But if you can actually
you
get
are.
them back up to speed, they're phenomenal.
Our numbers in this battle will be few. Much of our army is off defending Aryan Road from the Empire.
Gustav, Annette, this mission's
In
on your
other
shoulders,
words,
and by that I
this
mean it's
fight
up
shall
to you,
not be
Annette.
an easy one. But we cannot afford to fail.
Yeah, I know.
And I will need all of your help to ensure we do not.
I wonder what the Dimitri of a few months ago would say if he could hear you now.
Boss abuse is the order of the day, yes.
For what it's worth, I like this version of you better. You seem more at ease.
At ease, hmm?
Just,
Yes.
you know,
Perhaps I am.
other thing I will tell you, because it's very important that you understand this.
Look at you go, actually making friends. I
Micaiah
can
has
tell
a
this
forced
has been quite a
promotion
fulfilling time
towards
for
the end
you.
of the prologue, so
Not to say I'm
without
not pleased myself.
too many
I
spoilers,
only hope you haven't forgotten your true purpose among all
it's
this
after,
camaraderie.
it's literally at the end of the map
The
where you're
Ashen Demon.
forced to do a 2-man map.
If you ever hope
Yep.
to reach the highest of heights,
So
you need a powerful
make sure you've
aspiration
bonus
driving
experience
you
her to
forward.
20 before that chapter.
You know, when we first met,
because
I was
she's gonna
struck
promote
by
after
the
that.
undeniable might of your will.
All of Micaiah's promotions
They're
are
all
Such
forced. Yeah,
strength
they're all
laid
forced
bare
story
the
promotions.
tremendous potential you hold for growth.
So that's one thing.
But if you lose sight
The
of your
other
driving
thing
purpose,
is
the growth I hope
outside
so
of,
dearly
like,
for you may not,
making
in
sure people are
fact,
level
come to
capped before
pass.
forced promotions, be very judicious
Hey,
with your
Arlo.
bonus experience
Yes.
because it's absurdly strong.
Don't you think you're
It
getting a bit
is.
too obsessed with this
Like,
little grudge match?
Every time you level up with
Maybe
bonus
so.
experience, you are
Though I don't believe
guaranteed
that's all there is
3
to it.
stat points.
and you can-
Guaranteed.
and you can still
And
get
my
more than that.
purpose.
No,
Why can't we
you are
just say it's fighting
guaranteed
for
3 stat
Dimitri and
I
points.
call
could
it
have
a
sworn
day?
you could get...
You are guaranteed
Right now, that's just
3
as
stat
important to
points
me as
every
surpassing
time
the
you
Ashen
level up with
Demon.
bonus experience.
Maybe even more
Which
so.
means you really only want to start using it once a unit that you're working on
Arvo,
has
out with
capped
it.
out their primary and probably secondary
I suppose it
stats.
just feels like our
Like once
destiny,
those are capped, you
like
start
it's
investing into
something
bonus
we're
experience
meant
to
to do.
force their other stats to cap. It's really useful. Also, you can abuse battle saves to reload level ups and get better level ups.
Yeah, that's true. I haven't... Like, I know battle saves are 100% a thing in Engage. I haven't tested to see if you're...
No, RNG does not work the way it does in Radiant Dawn in Engage.
I didn't think it did, because I know the last couple of Fire Emblem games, it seems fairly preset what you're, like, if you rewind time, for example, you're gonna get the same level up you got.
Yeah. Well, level ups are actually seeded at the start of the turn. So you'd have to, like, rewind to previous to the turn, I believe. And then, like, change the RNG somehow, which is tricky. Now we can't afford to make any mistakes. It's like 90% of our soldiers are at plays I'm not spelling. I appreciate the Shez is at least smart enough to actually notice that Arval is just being super weird about needing to kill Byleth being the only thing they should do and is calling him on. Yeah. Yeah, he's like super focused on murder, the Ashen Demon. You are not on to do. That is not correct.
I can fight as well.
Yes. I need mercy.
I can do this.
You need Annie. She's at.
Down.
She's already on the field, is she?
I won't let you down.
Annie goes there. There is a box, so we need to make sure Ash is here somewhere. Oh wait, I've messed that up. You need to be in a spot that can actually, like,
Be swapped too.
partner up. Is Ash here? Ash is here. Okay, fantastic. We're good. 1,800 kills, 23 minutes, 60% damage. We should
Yeah,
got
we
it.
got this.
We should got this. As long as Flame doesn't.
As long
crash
as I don't glitch out again.
As long as Flame.exe does not stop working yet again, we'll be fine.
Perfect system. Functions as intended.
If I count Mateus,
No issues with multiplayer at all.
Zero flaws.
I will give it
Nope.
my all. Shall
Mercy.
we?
Gotta go backwards. Yeah, you come over here
I'm
and
here
a
to
Judith
help.
on that.
If you don't
Annie,
mind, I'll give it
you
1,000%.
come over here and a Judith on
We
that.
can do it. If I
and
count
rock
Elidor,
it.
they sure aren't holding anyone back. But where's my uncle in all of this?
As we discussed, we will focus our efforts on persuading the Baron to join our cause and chip away at the others en route.
We march together. I will make my brother see reason if it is the last
I'm
thing
trying
I
to figure out where the actual
With all the progress we've made, the Western Lords
I
are
thought you were
probably feeling
frozen.
defeat pretty hard. I bet he'll be receptive.
I'm just trying to figure out the
Escort
mini-map.
Gustav to Baron Dominic.
Right there!
We won't have much hope of persuading the Baron without you. Stay vigilant.
Stay out of my way. Nobody's stopping me from
Why is
reaching
every stronghold I come to a, like, fenced in one? What the
Show
fuck?
them the price of their folly.
At least go check on some stuff then.
So you do that. I'll keep clearing dudes. if
There are
that's the
likely
case.
more awaiting us elsewhere as well. Stay vigilant.
Considering this mini-map is not helpful in its current size and added distance.
My apologies for the trouble. Let us continue on.
Gustav's safe. I got him.
Yeah, sounds like a fenced in stronghold over here.
What savage beasts! Dispose of them!
Hi guys. I see you come to kill Gustav.
They come our way.
Yep, about
We can
that.
fend them off so long as we stand together.
Care to join me? Here, come with me. Come on, let us assist each other. Out of the way.
That should do it. Let's keep moving, Gustav.
Gustav, get your butt in here. Oh, more gates have opened.
Yeah, it's because I'm doing things over here. You're not gatekeeper. Get out of here.
You're a real piece of work. The Baron lies dead ahead. Onward!
Hey, get moving, Gustav.
Yeah, because we're currently can't actually go anywhere, Lamb.
This is our chance.
Gustav, what are you doing?
He's working on it. I think.
Are you sure? Because, to me, it just kind of looked like he was walking back and forth for a while.
We did it.
Blaine is full of soup, so she should be fine.
I must
Someone warned me that there's an
brother.
ability to get some
Please.
characters who are part of the Dawn Brigade to join the Grail Mercenaries.
How
I was
did you
advised to
break
not do this.
So you mean to sway our precious
Yeah,
Baron Dominic to your cause?
The paths converge eventually anyways, but it is kind of more useful to have them be
We
separate
can't let them reach my father.
early on, because otherwise
Surely
it's
you
gonna
see
be
the Western
suffering
Lords have no hope
when
of
you get
winning
the Dawn
this fight,
Brigade
my
back.
brother. But together, we can put an end to that seductress.
If I join you, we should fail. What becomes of us then? What becomes of the citizens of my barony?
Lambert died by Cornelia's hand. And she is who you choose to side with.
The decision was not one I took lightly, but I have a responsibility to keep my people safe. However, my heart lies not in this fight. If you can promise victory, then I will join you.
Thank you, my brother. You will not regret this decision.
We have access to the chest.
I'll do my best. Let's move.
Ash, get on that.
With my uncle on our side, we've got nothing to be afraid of.
So this is the sting of betrayal, Allow me to put you in your place. Oh, my dear Titanus, hunt these beasts down.
Oh yeah, the Titanus. You got that, right?
Is it down by me?
It's over in the central area there.
Oh, yeah, I know there. There is a thing in the area near me, though, that I apparently have to kill as well.
We must defeat the Western Lords and see him safe.
Yeah, it's a Viscount of some sort.
I've got Viscount Potatoes
I've got Viscount Gibson, something. I've got and Viscount.
It's our only option, Your Majesty.
And then yes,
Western Lords.
No words can stand you now. You may plead your case to my father, beyond the veil of death.
That gate is locked. They're not going in
Allow
there.
me.
Justice lies with us.
There it is. Hi, Titanus.
We've done.
You must so many die for the sake of your so-called justice.
Man, right past Viscount Elidor, apparently.
Did I?
Yeah.
Such a monstrosity is let loose. Such powerful attacks. Conventional tactics will not serve us much good.
Cornelia said we would win this handily.
If they're working with Cornelia, then were the Western Lords involved in the tragedy?
Here, come on in.
Titanus, how? I have only reinforced its shell further.
That was fun.
Titanus Slayer 2, get.
She had that in her back pocket this whole time.
Our knowledge runs far
I mean, it's no
deeper than you
Viscom.
barbarians could ever hope to understand.
And that's the last of the reinforcements. Things should be a little calmer now.
Let us march, my brother. We can reach Cornelia via the drawbridge to the east.
Oh, down there, yeah. It's back on the southern portion.
I see it.
How dare you? Let's see how you like a taste of the Viscum's power.
That's not a Viscum.
What is this?
Those are the same weapons we fought back in Ferdinand. There must be a way to shut them down somewhere nearby.
I'm on it.
You're
I
going
don't know
that
what's
way.
up with those soldiers, but they're going after the Baron. As if we'll let them. We've already seen those weapons back in Ferdinand.
Nothing
We
for
know
me
what
to
to
do
do.
down here just
Form
yet.
a barrier.
Take a breather.
Think he stop testing it
This may not
then?
help the
Yeah.
attacks, but it will at least lessen their impact.
There are the controls. We should capture the stronghold first, though.
Alright, this comes off.
Whew, that was close. Let's go, Uncle. I will do my best.
Why can't you just be good little rats and die like you're supposed to?
They just don't stop coming. Come on, let's take him out.
Alright, bye.
This is our chance.
This is just the beginning. I always knew you were capable of greatness.
The horse boy and light tornado. I think they would give up on that trying,
You
so,
would
you know.
think.
Yeah.
Like between the space lasers and everything else that hits them.
Hear me well! Lower this drawbridge at once!
Is that Baron Dominic? Yes, my lord, right away.
Thank you, Uncle. Just a little bit further now. Got it!
What do I appear to have a Sophie shield?
I do too for some reason.
Oh, that must be the magic shield that they turned on
Don't have time for this. What's your code, Boar?
the strategy.
Forgive the delay, Warrior King of Fargus. Allow us to join the fray.
I don't know how your weapon durability is doing, but there's a durability crystal over
All
there.
units,
There?
Yeah,
I'm okay.
Dusker.
I got 500 left.
What do we do now?
Calm yourself, bro. We still have plenty of cards up our sleeve.
3 Viscum activated.
More of those weapons. We'll never reach that witch now.
Yeah, cry about it, why don't you?
Let us help you. We'll shut those things down.
This is our chance.
Calling for reinforcements, are you? How rude. I suppose it's time for the Western Knights to make their appearance.
Will reclaim those weapons should the warriors from Dusker fall. We must bolster their defenses.
Calm down, Dimitri. Turned off one of them.
These weapons continue to amaze me, no matter how many times we fight them. Unlike nothing I've ever seen before.
Oh, you've definitely seen a Viscum before.
That's one down. Let's get a move on to the
But she
next one.
remembers.
She remembers no, but that doesn't mean she's
Yeah, he went the same direction I did. Probably not wise.
going.
I do love that Chaz seems to have the ability to just space tank space lasers. As long as she's fast and stealth. Violet can hate that. Like,
I
oh,
will
man.
not let you lay a hand on them.
Just add it to the list of many reasons Violet hates Chaz.
Alright.
Where did Cornelia get these weapons anyway?
Target. I'm at the target.
Fought off the enemy reinforcements, but we must stay vigilant. Those guarding the weapons cannot be defeated.
You didn't actually turn off the biscuit, by the way.
Oh,
You
I
need to
didn't.
pull the lever.
I'll go do that in a second.
I mean, you need to do it now. It's part of the story. We can't progress until you
Fine.
do.
Where's this stupid lever?
That's that then. On to Cornelia.
Clever little vermin, aren't they? I'll need some time to reactivate the Viscum. I trust you know what to do, Count.
Yes, of course. I suppose that means I'll be going out
Come
there.
at me, Count Row. You Count Row.
Hero himself is joining this battle, It matters not. Do what you must to protect those controls.
Worry not, King of Fargus. We will not let the controls fall into enemy hands.
We cannot
That
let them
sounds
reclaim
super
those
ominous.
weapons.
Honestly, like they don't sound like.
I've got this.
Do not allow the enemy near the strongholds.
Additional, yeah.
Send
Go
help to
guys,
the
gotcha.
soldiers. They need assistance
Try
controlling
to kill
those
the ones over
strongholds.
here. So.
I do have a strategy. I can't remember.
Pointing that out. I was too busy waiting.
We will be counted.
By time, she says. But how does she expect me to do so? I'm no fighter.
Yeah, no kidding. You just died like a bitch.
Where did I go wrong?
Well, you tried to fight Shez. That's where you went wrong.
Enough of this, Cornelia. None remain who can shield you from our vengeance.
I'd hoped to keep my hands clean, but it seems there's nothing for it. Entertain me, boy.
I can go.
I mean, you wouldn't have had to get your hands dirty if all the people you hired hadn't been so completely worthless, Cornelia.
Right?
As long as we're
Be Cornelia. Okay. Working on it.
We've managed to fight them off for now. Nicely done, everyone.
I've got you now. I'm unstoppable.
Not to live a second one.
I feel like I can do anything with you by my side. Out of switches already.
Let's see.
I told Thomas I needed more than this.
Not much
Unfortunate as it may be, we do actually need to keep Gilliam alive. Official Cornelia's on the chopping block. Yeah, I just killed her. You know, if it was vital for the plan to Gilliam to actually make it to where his brother is, then couldn't they have at least given him a fucking horse or something? I know, right?
Told us the truth.
I have to question the choice to just leave Uncle Dominic as a generic NPC who doesn't even have a real face. It is one of the cool robots.
What a horrible
Sword is
way to
basically a
treat
huge
a
shovel
saint.
with a blade. Yeah, true story.
Your mages have met their end, Cornelia. And soon.
Oh
so
no,
will
the
you.
railguns are back. Those are not
You
good
cannot
for
warp
flying.
yourself out of this.
Support system in
Now let
Radiant
me
Dawn
ask you
sucks.
again.
There's no unique
What
dialogue,
became of my
just bog standard
stepmother?
placeholder response.
Does
Oh,
she
hi,
yet
insert
live?
support unit name. Let's give it a... Yeah, this was before units mattered,
You're dead, I'm
before
afraid.
supports mattered, as
Yep.
far as story was concerned.
killed the
Also, you only
husband
get
who kept her
5
from the
per
sweet
character,
little
so make
daughter she loved
sure you're
so
careful as to who
dearly,
you give them to.
only to lose her
Correct.
own life at that same
Where's the
daughter's
rebel
hand.
army now twisted? Yeah.
You can't mean.
Get a chest key by defeating that mysterious soldier to unlock that chest you
Didn't I
unlocked like 10
already
minutes
tell
ago.
you?
Gee, thanks game, real
Your
quick on the update
stepsister
there.
has the answers.
Ingrid only personally had a railgun for a really short amount of time compared to the mages, so she's a bit slower to recall them compared to someone like Flane. Flane, you're literally the only person here who knows how to shut these things down, and you completely forgot to do your one job. Yeah, Willow's just like, I don't have to turn that off, it's fine. It's not, we need that off to progress.
I straight up didn't see it in the thing.
Well, level up for somebody. I'll level for Ingrid.
I cannot grow complacent. I won't let myself stop.
MVP for Shez, as is tradition. Mercy is like almost done with Holy Night. Oh hey, large bullion, hell yeah. We got 10 renown for being awesome.
For murdering our way
If I
through
seek the
the
truth,
entire
I'll
field.
have to retrieve it from the Emperor herself. Cornelia said as much before her spirit left this realm.
That's a polite way
Only a
of saying
fool
you
would take
killed
that
her.
temptress at her word. But I do believe there is truth to her claim. Edelgard knows something. The Empire was surely involved in my father's death. And perhaps she was as well.
Yes, Edelgard killed your father.
Hold on, Boar. You owe us all an explanation here. The Emperor is your stepsister?
Oh, did I not mention that?
Ah, my apologies. I suppose I never mentioned it.
Slipped in my mind.
So if I've got this straight, after you were born, your dad got remarried to her mom?
That is how that
Correct.
works, yes.
Though the truth of my stepmother's background was never revealed to the public, as you can imagine. Of course, all that is in the past now. There is no reason to keep hiding it from my closest allies.
Which is why I said something before today.
Your Majesty, if I may, I can handle the explanation.
That will no doubt.
Edelgard knows more than you think, but less than you'd really hope she would, Dimitri. Yeah.
It all started 20 years ago.
They're both
when a
equally
dreadful plague
hilarious and
ravaged
horrifying
Ferdiad.
that the implication
Lambert's
in
wife was
Engage
among
is that
those
Claude,
claimed by
Dimitri,
its
and
spread.
Edelgard were trapped for 1,000 years in that bracelet
In
with
hopes
each
of
other
bringing
for
an end to the
company.
epidemic,
I know,
King sought
right?
Experts from across the land, scholars, doctors,
Actually,
mages.
here's the thing though. We're not
Among
really...
those, it was an imperial scholar by the name
We're
of
not
Cornelia
really
who finally turned the page on our
given
suffering.
any information as to
Put an
how
end
the
to pestilence.
as to how the bracelets came to be.
Oh yes, I've
The
heard
only
about
thing
that.
that's really been
She
given a clear
helped develop
timeline are
many
the
of the districts in
rings.
the capital as well, didn't she?
The bracelets sort of
It's a little
seem
weird to
like
think she's
they're
the one who
extra
planned out the
planar,
places
like
we all
they're
lived.
from outside of the world.
They even used to call her a saint.
Because
happened to her
technically,
to make her
with the
so
way the emblems,
different?
or with the way Claude, Edelgard, and
Interestingly
Dimitri
enough,
interact, and
she
the
never asked
attire
for
they're
any kind of
wearing, they
reward for
got
her feat.
plucked from their
Well,
academy days.
At first. In lieu of any compensation,
Which is why the
monetary
three
or
of them at
otherwise,
least vaguely
she
get
requested
along.
that we rescue one of her old friends from the Empire.
But that doesn't make any sense
Which
because
is
they
the
all have
story
their,
of how the late
you know,
king came to meet his future
relics,
wife,
which they
Lady
didn't have
Patricia.
during the
Or should I
academy.
say,
And
Lady
Edelgard
herself.
super didn't have Emmer that early.
I
Yeah.
don't get it. Why would she need saving?
I'm not
It's
sure of all the
complicated
details
for
myself.
Outrealm
But I
shenanigans,
know
yes,
she
exactly.
was banished from the court after becoming involved in some sort of
Someone managed to spend a day stuck in a room with Edelgard without stabbing her, let alone potentially hundreds of years.
In need. And of course, in the thick of all that, the two developed feelings for each other. It's difficult to say for sure if it was love, but it was something.
Lust.
Anyway,
Yeah.
that's
Mostly
all I-
Carousal.
boredom on, you
Looking
know,
back on the events
the
now,
lady's part.
it's hard to know just how much of it was part of Cornelia's plot.
Probably all of it.
In any case,
At least some of it.
I must learn more about my stepmother's death. I have no doubt it connects in
Well-
some manner to the truth about the tragedy. Who was Cornelia working for? And what was Edelgard's role in all of it? If I truly want to know,
How old was
Well,
Edelgard when the tragedy
there's only
of Vesper
one
hit?
person I can
About the
turn
same
to.
age as Dimitri, roughly speaking.
You want to get answers from the Emperor of the very region we're at war with? Is that
He
even
almost certainly
possible?
was not the one that actually killed.
Yeah.
I mean, Edelgard is our enemy. She and her like have stamped the life out of so many of our allies.
Accurate.
And we've done the same to hers. I
Accurate.
don't see how the two sides could just sit down for a
We
chat
took out
after
more
all
than
that.
1,800 of hers just in the last
Perhaps
chapter
not.
alone. Well, I guess it
Make
wasn't
no
Edelgard's,
mistake,
but
she is
anyway.
still our bitter enemy. But I've no other choice. We've extracted all the information
I'm
we
just
could from
picturing
the Western
Emblem
Lords.
Dimitri trying to stab Edelgard over
And as
and
Cornelia
over
has
again, but he
departed this
can't
world,
because her
The
emblems.
Emperor is the only one left we can turn to. Gustav, I'll be leaving reconstruction of the West to you and the Baron.
Anyone
Understood, Your
engaged
Majesty.
with
Do you mean to
Bob
make for
Edelgard
our-
and Dimitri feel an uncanny urge to
Indeed I do.
stab themselves?
Even the most impregnable fortress in all Fodlan cannot hold off an onslaught forever. I know not
They
how
feel an
or
uncanny
when Edelgard
urge to
will make her
draw a
presence
knife
known,
for some
but
reason.
we must hold the
Oh
Silver
god, that
Lane
guy's coming at me. Get
by
the
any
knife!
means necessary.
Hey, knives are a viable strategy in Engage.
Knives are actually like hilariously broken in Engage. Like, Jesus Christ.
I'm glad they made a comeback, actually. It's...
I don't know why they.
Azure
I
Gleam.
don't know why they felt the need to
Reunion at the
overtune
Fortress City.
the smithing of knives as hard as they did. Like, everything else
The
is like you
Kingdom
get
Army
one might
crushes
per
the
level.
Western
Knives are like
Lords,
2.
And with them, the budding
You just get 2
Civil
might
War.
per level of
But
leveling
amidst the
knives
chaos,
for some
Adrastia
reason.
strikes at Aryan Road. Dimitri marches on the fortress city at once and challenges the Emperor herself
bathroom.
to save those trapped within
It's just
the Silver
exposition
Maiden's
anyway.
walls.
It sure work better than Radiant Dawn and Path of Radiant. You're not wrong.
Let's reacquaint ourselves with the situation. Our forces have already pulled out of Arendelle territory and withdrawn to the fortress city of Aryan Road. A safe
Dimitri,
city
we
which
need to
finds
kill
itself
Edelgard.
now
That's
besieged by the
oddly insistent,
Imperial
Ash.
army.
Why would you say that? I don't know, but
No
it's something I
trouble,
feel
Your
very
Majesty.
strongly for some reason.
The Knights of
Me
Saros dispatched their
too?
very best to
How
this scene,
strange.
but they find themselves at the sword end of the Emperor's personal guard. Still, the Citadel will not fall easily. The stalemate could continue for some time yet.
Can we really afford to wait, though? Aryan Road supplies have got to be running thin by now.
If we go without proper preparation, the Imperial Army will simply crush us.
Agreed. We should be using the time we have to strike in a manner most favorable to our situation. What we need to do is sever the Imperial supply chain. Then, overwhelm and exterminate the withering remains of Edelgard's army.
Hold on, you want to win the whole war in one go?
Indeed I do. We have been gifted the opportunity of a lifetime, and I do not intend to let it slip through my fingers. It will be a pincer attack, with the fortress at the Empire's front and our battalion at their rear. Even with their larger numbers, we will hold the advantage.
All the more so with the Knights of Saros in charge of defending Aryan Road.
And even if the Emperor herself escapes, we'll have still dealt a huge blow to the Empire's military.
We are still putting off place I'm not spelling yes.
I feel nervous all of a sudden. I never expected we'd reach a decisive battle like this so soon. Will we truly be able to win?
We can do this. I know we can. The terrain here is in our favor. As long as we press that advantage, we'll come out on top.
Let us rally the troops, Your Majesty.
Yes. Onward to victory.
Oh, hey, Claude.
There we have it. The Empire and the Kingdom finally squaring off in broad daylight.
Almost like our
What a
group, aside from
fascinating
Shez,
development.
have some kind of
trouble.
unreasonable animosity towards that place they
I am well
can't
acquainted with that
understand.
look of yours, Claude. What could you be scheming this time? If I recall, you made a similar face the other afternoon when we swept aside the Imperial army ourselves.
Hey, don't get the wrong idea. I'm just contemplating the fate of the Alliance the only way I know how.
Don't worry about him, Lawrence. He doesn't always look it, but Claude takes this stuff seriously. I promise.
She's right, you know. I'm constantly thinking about our next plan of action. Thankfully, the Empire's turned its beady little eyes away from us for now. It seems they're focusing all their attention on the West. And we owe that title shift to Duke Gloucester's feigned betrayal. The former Duke Gloucester, I mean. Thanks to him, we managed to run the Empire clean out of Leicester. But there's more to their strategy shift than that.
Do you speak of the unrest within the kingdom? Such internal struggles would certainly leave them rather defenseless in the wake of an attack. But the situation may change anew at any moment. We mustn't grow complacent. If they emerge victorious against the kingdom, it is difficult to imagine what course of action the Imperial army would take next.
Yeah.
Can't
Whatever
help but
happens
notice
in
that
this
we are in
battle,
a scene
it'll
with
shape the
Claude's group,
future
and
of
neither
Bodhran for
Marianne
years
or
to come.
Child are present for it. I don't approve how you do things,
But
Claude.
even I'm having trouble predicting who's
I
going to
know,
come out on
right?
top. But whoever it is, I'd bet anything we'll need to strike a deal to keep them at bay. I guess we should be ready for either outcome. Oh, and Lawrence, I'll be asking all sorts of little favors from you, so plan on being busy for a long while.
If needs must, I would do anything for the Alliance.
We can't stand in the crossfire between the Kingdom and the Empire forever. It's high time the Alliance grabbed the reins of history and started steering in our own direction.
An award is available. Wait,
I'm
an
back.
award is available.
Oh no, that means you have more achievements than me again. God damn it.
What is
I'm gonna
it?
have to play more of this game. But I'm so busy with Engage. God damn it.
No wavering is only natural. Is it Arval? I'll guide you to the right answer. Oh, will you? Will you? Yeah, let me tell you, I trust you so hard. Hey, Dimitri, what's up?
Do you have a moment?
Appreciate if you did not divulge the information regarding my father and stepmother. I thought it appropriate to share with those I trust, but many people would consider it a scandal. Got it. Mum's the word. Literally. Is in your mom.
You have my thanks.
I guess even nobles have it rough sometimes. Would prefer if everyone were free to live their lives as they please. I know not how long it will take, but I would dearly like to see such a world realized.
Did you need something?
House Row betrayed the Empire and defected to the Kingdom when Aryan Road was built. Despite both the Empire and Kingdom have long held them in contempt for their wavering loyalty. But lately the Count has developed something of an inferiority complex over time. Nevertheless, a prime example of what happens when you bite the hand, or in this case hands, that feed you. Sylvain!
Little help here?
Count Rowe's confidant, Lord Gwendol, was in charge of Aryan Road's arsenal. Fucking Gwendol. He went missing when the Count surrendered. Meaning he's undoubtedly with the enemy now. Should have hunted him down before. You know, left no stone unturned. I'm sure it's fine. The Knights of Saros are guarding Aryan Road, right?
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, but what if the enemy knows about some hidden passageway we don't? Calling it a siege would barely be accurate at that point. We wouldn't be able to win even with 100 King Dimitris running around. I don't know. 100 of him is a lot. I think we'd wipe the floor with him. Really think so? Wait, that's not the point here. This is all just fantasy talk. We've had some tough battles, but something tells me this one's going to be particularly harrowing. My father said he'd lend us a hand as well, but who knows what'll happen. I mean, I do. But...
How can I serve?
Imperial army has kept quiet for a good while. They've only now suddenly made... Oh, hey, look, it's Annie's uncle. Oh, wait, no, that's Knight of Saros. Either way, he figured out our primary forces leaving the stronghold. Or perhaps they've assembled enough soldiers to crush them regardless. In either case, the battle is sure to be arduous. We must brace ourselves for the worst. The brought worst. Hey, Petra. I am having gratitude to be returning to the south. I was reaching my limit with the cold. But now, instead of cold, Lady Edelgard is coming here. I am thinking both are strong enemies I must be overcoming. I like that Edelgard is equivalent to the cold in Petra's eyes.
Right?
Excuse me.
I carry a little of everything here.
Please sell me your
You've got an
master
eye for
seals.
quality, friend.
I am swiftly running out of them.
Friend. Hope to see you again soon.
It's hilarious considering how much of a stockpile I had. Ash! Aryan Road, huh? Can't believe this is how I'm returning to Row territory. Guess it's former Row territory now. Things have really changed, haven't they? Before the war, I never would have imagined I'd end up in this situation. Oh, you mean the situation where I killed your dad? I killed my dad! No, Ash, it was me. I was there. I was literally the one who killed him.
Nothing to report.
The Kingdom Army and the Knights of Saros must be putting everything they've got into fending off the enemy. We've got to help them as soon as possible. In the meantime, consider these gates kept. By me, of course. Ah, you beautiful cinnamon roll.
Supplies are the lifeblood of any army. Everything has its use.
Oh, that's not the run button.
Yeah.
So weird. I feel like we've been at war with our own people for so long now. Glad we got all that squared away. Fighting's a lot easier when you don't have guilt dragging you down. Yeah, for sure. Morale really affects how people fight. Totally. Now we can all focus on busting up the Imperial Army. What a good, point of view. What if we just beat the shit out of Edelgard? Oh no, I heard that Edelgard's gonna attack us. I know Aryan Road's supposed to be great for hiding, but still.
Oh no!
Nowhere's safe from Edelgard.
It's fine.
Pshaw. Edelgard Schmedelgard.
On that note,
My father and uncle are securing the western front. They should be fine for now. Simon was still a no-show, though, despite how bad the situation was.
Huh?
Simon?
uh-huh.
Oh, my cousin, yeah. He's the heir to House Dominic. He doesn't get along with my uncle very well and tends to just, disappear at the drop of a hat. Specifically my hat. Anytime it comes off, he runs. I don't know why. He's not a bad person or anything, but I really wonder where he is. Hanging out with Edelgard, probably. Oh, I'm just so nervous. We're going against the Emperor's personal guard, aren't we? Oh good, we get to kill Hubert again?
That isn't good.
The size of Edelgard's force is overwhelming. I wonder if we'll all make it back safely. Don't worry, Mercedes. As long as we stick to the plan, we'll win for sure. Yes, you're right. I know we can win. We just have to give it our best, right? Please be careful out there, Shez. I cannot bear to see another friend get hurt. What about your brother? Yeah, how do you feel about seeing him get hurt? Because we might have to stab him several times.
Oh, hey! I was thinking.
Apparently, Count Duval's been willingly cooperating with the investigations into the Western Lords. He's been in hot water with the Western Church on several occasions over how he manages the sacred lands of his territory. I'm willing to bet he doesn't want to oppose the royal family and lose the Central Church's backing. At any rate, things should be calming down in the West. Now we just need to get on over to Aryan Road. Oh, Cereal. Cereal is here. These archers have no fucking range discipline.
Yeah, they would not have lasted in our archery class.
This is not acceptable. You, as the person firing downrange, have the responsibility to ensure that no one is downrange from you as you are firing arrows at the targets. This is very poor archery discipline.
Also, they're actively missing the target on pretty much all of their shots.
Firing it. Which one is he even firing at? Come on, shoot, Dan. Do you only shoot when I'm looking at you?
They might actually only shoot if you're looking their way.
Those are just disappearing. They're literally just blinking out of existence when they get here. You guys suck.
Hey.
I stopped by Aryan Road to see Catherine before I came here. Shamir was there too. You remember her? Yeah, of course.
Let's see.
She was in the Knights of Saros, but I don't think we ever talked. Been a while since she left the Order, but I'm real glad I got to see her again. Shamir's the one who taught me to use a bow. Honestly, I would have liked to stay and fight alongside her, and I feel like there were better archery teachers to learn from, but I can't remember who they were. And Lady Rhea would be mighty upset if I went and got myself killed, so...
Can we speak a moment?
We've received word that fighting in the east has abated. We anticipated that the Emperor would focus her efforts on the Western Front from here on out, but none of us ever expected that the Emperor herself would lead the attack. However, this could present us with an opportunity, just as His Majesty said. Let us defeat the Emperor right now and end this war once and for all. Alright, Ingrid, calm down. To-do.
Well?
Construction of Aryan Road was originally funded by the Empire. House Ro, who were mere lords at the time, turned it over to the kingdom. In exchange, they were granted the title of Count and became the major lords of southern Fargus. Wow, To-do. You're quite the history buff. I am His Majesty's attendant. It is only natural that I know these things. Of course, the fortress's structure has changed since the Empire controlled it. However, if any members of House Ro remain within the enemy's ranks,
Let us go.
there is no telling how the siege will play out. We must hurry. Oh, I'm sure there's no members of House Ro in the enemy's ranks. That would be crazy. Crazy! Hey, Dorothea.
Right?
That's not good.
So the time's finally come. I knew our paths would cross eventually, so long as I was part of the Kingdom Army.
Yeah, I don't know.
Going up against the Imperial Army means confronting the Emperor directly, and I get why you're worried. I wonder how I should carry myself if and when I face her. If I lose again, I'll have to surrender to the Empire, though that thought keeps coming back around in my mind. Yeah, well. Also, I feel this weird compulsion to murder Edelgard for reasons I do not understand.
Right?
Actually...
Dimitri mentioned that he wanted to speak with Edelgard. He has something he wishes to ask her. Whatever it may be, I am certain it is extremely important. However, everyone else is striving to defeat the Emperor and end the war. If Edelgard perishes, so too goes his chance to speak with her. And then his words will remain forever unsaid. Depends on how the battle goes, but I'm sure they'll get a chance to talk. At least a little.
Oh my goodness!
I am glad to hear that. Although, I wonder if that will be enough.
Probably not.
There's a lot of unresolved murder there.
This bores me.
Still got a lot of questions about the late king and Lady Patricia. Assuming that Cornelia did, in fact, bring the two of them together and urge the late king to marry her, was Lady Patricia also evil, or was she a good person who fell into the clutches of that harpy?
What in the world?
Keep your voice down, Felix. Only a small number of people are privy to the story. Cornelia's word cannot be trusted. Neither can the Emperor's, for that matter, as she is our enemy. Listen well, Felix. The only truth you need to believe is your own. Do not be swayed by the words of... Enough. I don't need another lecture. It was a mistake to even bring it up with you. Oh well. My apologies. Seems I've said one word too many. Try a lot of words too many. But I didn't even mention how your brother died a hero's death this time.
Right?
Hello.
Well, how'd it go?
Give to me 3 owl feathers, please. Thank you.
Any
Not much
result's
left
a good
now.
result.
I see. A moment.
Word has it that Shamir has joined Catherine in Arianville. The Archbishop is rather concerned for Catherine's safety, but if those two are together, then they are 100, nay, 1,000 strong. We must be stalwart as well. Let us prepare for the coming battle against the Emperor. Alright, sweet. Lawrence looks like he's just wearing the same eggplant armor from Houses, but with Ippon Datara's blacksmith apron over the top of it for no reason. Yeah, kind of. Trust me, I'll guide you to the right answer. Is the right answer just killing the Ashen Demon? Shut up. Yeah, basically. What if the enemy somehow knows about some kind of hidden passage that we don't? What if they somehow manage to get an entire platoon of horses under the fortress shes? It's been a distinct lack of bashing Hubert's face in thus far.
What if they somehow managed to get an entire platoon of horses under... Like, crazier things have happened in Fire Emblem games.
Serial, why are you here? Ready to do fucking nothing again? I stopped at that place to talk to Catherine on my way here. Shamir was there too, remember her? She's literally the only thing Catherine talks about. It would be impressive if I didn't remember. Dimitri expressed that he wished to speak with Edelgard. Well, I guess that's good, isn't it? It'd be nice if they could solve this peacefully. Yes. However, I feel it would be very stabby. Recently found out in Three Houses Crimson Flower, there's an alternate ending to the mission where Dimitri dies. If you defeat Dimitri before Dedue transforms, you get different dialogue. I don't know what that means. Instead of Dimitri being executed, he's carried off to the battlefield, although it's implied he died on... Okay. Sure. Oh, also we got a paralogue. A paralogue battle involving Flayn and Sedith.
Ooh! Oh, I know what this one is, too.
Alright, fuck it, let's paralogue. Rhea relates a tale describing a sacred artifact said to have been locked away centuries ago. Oh, I remember this
No,
one.
watch it forces me to play as Sedith and not Flayn.
Yeah, but then you
If
can
this
just swap to
story is to
Flayn.
be believed, then perhaps a holy artifact yet remains hidden in that land.
The same holy artifact the first Emperor of Adrestia used in his effort to unite Fodlan. If we could retrieve it, it would go a long way toward preventing an Imperial invasion.
Unfortunately, the area is currently a den of rather villainous scum.
You'll never find a more wretched hive of
And
scum
as the Knights of
villainy.
Seros cannot spare any personnel, our options for procuring the artifact are unfortunately rather limited. I certainly cannot do it alone.
But you are not alone. I will be right beside you.
You will not, Flayn. I shall not take you anywhere so dangerous.
The way that padlock icon was
I
overlaid,
have already been a part of more battles than I can
overplayed
count.
behind the menu, made it look like this paralogue involved
Perhaps.
Flayn, Sedith, and a third character you don't have unlocked yet.
I will be coming as well. I have no intention of foisting this task upon the
Well,
two
I
of you,
mean,
while
on a
I
first
remain
playthrough that's
behind
true,
in
because it
comfort
also
and
involves
safety.
Rhea.
You surely jest.
I have already asked Cyril to prepare for my departure.
I see now. You had this all planned before you even mentioned it to me.
I did. Oh, and you need not worry. While it has been a time since I last set foot on a battlefield, I can surely hold my own against a lowly pack of brigands.
What about a highly pack of brigands?
That is not my concern. I know your true strength better than any. My worry is that
I
our
watched you punch
destination
a man
lies
to
deep
death
within enemy
once.
territory. If something unforeseen were to occur,
Even
and the
though you had a
church to lose
perfectly
its
functioning
archbishop,
sword.
it would be our downfall.
Well, she didn't. It'd been knocked out of her
If we truly
hand.
need this artifact, then I will go. Alone.
You speak of the church's downfall as a hypothetical, yet it is already upon us. As such, it is my duty to set things to rights.
Is now a good
Really
time,
like
Lady
how in
Rhea?
this game you can't just recruit everyone in a
course,
single
Sam.
route. It made no
Please,
sense
come
in
in.
Three Houses for a character to
You.
like
What are
Ingrid to
you
join the
doing here?
Empire because she was in the same house.
Yeah, I had a feeling you wouldn't like this.
Sadith, I want to punch something
Cyril
for once.
insisted
You are
I
not
come,
leaving
so
me
here
here.
I am.
Lady
You're headed
Rhea,
for a
can't
den
you
of
find
thieves,
some
right?
other way to pass the time? No, I have been
This kind of
incredibly
stuff is my
bored
bread
lately
and
for some
butter.
reason.
You should let me help.
It felt kind of weird being your sole
Yeah, but she's not
bodyguard
allowed
in
to
such
punch
a
things in
dangerous
this
mission,
game.
Lady Rhea.
Yeah, punching's
So I thought another
Mal
sword might come in
exclusive.
handy.
I mean, not really. There's that base class that
I'm real sorry if I overstepped.
she can kind of punch things.
Hey, if you feel like you
Sometimes.
can't trust me on this one, I'm happy to go find a cozy bed and nap the rest of the day away. So, what do you say?
King Dmitri has spoken quite highly of you. I also hear you lead your own private force and are well respected within the kingdom's army. If you are prepared to assist us, I will
Okay,
take it.
so here's my question.
I have heard much
We
the
know the
same.
church is hanging out in
Yet.
Camulus.
Yeah.
So
Then
clearly
it is
Sedith
decided.
and Flame
Oh,
just
and
went
you
back to
will
make
be
a
handsomely
report.
compensated
Why the
for
fuck
your
are we
time,
here?
Of course.
Why did Shez go to Camulus? We're supposed to be dealing with Aryan Road. And Shez is just like, I'm gonna go to Camulus real quick.
Why'd she go to Dusker?
Because Ingrid and Dew and Felix were going to Dusker.
Well, Flane and Sedith were going to Camulus. She just likes traveling, clearly.
Handsomely compensated for your time? I am a merc, thank you.
All right. Don't feel like you
Bio.
gotta shower
Shez,
me
can
with
you
rare jewels or
can you
anything.
tell this is a green
Only
hair
times
only
are tough for
party?
the church
Please
right
read
now.
the room for once.
Besides, it sounds like a pretty simple job to me.
In that case, you have our thanks.
Afraid I can't be away for long, though, or my actual employers are gonna get annoyed.
Our destination is a nearby mountain hamlet. It was once a holy site for the church, and apparently has some connection to Saint Indek. Sadly, its history has long since been forgotten. But this is our chance to liberate it from its new
Long since
and
been
villainous
forgotten, has
residents.
it? Okay, so what's the history then, Rhea?
Excellent, Lady Rhea. Let us be off with all speed.
Easy, Flame. I will go on ahead and scout the enemy. You can come later with the others. And I will let
So
you
we're gonna
come
have to
with-
rescue Sedith. Got it.
Glad to.
On the bright side, that means it should
Cyril,
default me to Flame.
I trust you to keep Flame and the Archbishop safe. Is that understood?
Why do they never make
Yeah,
him a playable?
of course.
in This game.
DLC.
Sedith certainly seems worried about you, Flame.
Except they haven't put out any DLC yet.
Oh, this is how he always is.
Well, no, they have to release all the DLC for Engage first. So they can then add a Lear into this for some reason. It'll be like a reverse Emblem situation. Somehow? I don't know. Rescue Sedith. Oh, wow. Okay, so we just gotta rescue Sedith. We have and level 133. Ray is cheating. Rhea is cheating. And so is Serial. That's 13 levels above the level cap, Rhea. I mean, you I understand. You're God, but like Serial? Serial, what the fuck, man?
Look, the game's clearly just grooming Serial to be Flame's husband. That's all. They're like,
Excuse me, Serial and Lysithea forever. Thank you.
I know.
Don't you put that evil on? No. You're rejected. 12 minutes, 1,200 kills, 40% damage. We good?
Yeah.
Fucking crush it.
My brother has been captured? Oh, how simply awful!
Alright, well, I don't have access to Mercy for this, so it's gonna be another beepy situation. Mine's that, yeah, whatever.
Bandits are blocking all of the paths. But which one even leads to my brother?
I vote we take them all out. We'll find the one that leads
What
to
if we
Seven
just
eventually.
kill everybody? Hear me out.
Whenever it comes to you, dear friend, Seth completely loses his composure.
Yes, it truly is rather embarrassing.
Appreciate the help, but I was actually surprised you came with us. Why did you anyway?
Honestly, I don't know you churchy types very well. And this seemed like a good
You
chance.
churchy types.
Giant windows do make places look churchy.
How sad that this land should be forsaken.
Down this way, and then deal with the sniper that she just left alive for some reason. I thought this was a mountain hamlet. This does not appear to be a hamlet. This appears to just be a
Cave
fucking
system.
cave system.
Now we can move forward again.
Did the
Fast, Seth.
designers
We are coming
and
for
the
you.
localizers not know the actual
Be careful,
definition of
Flynn.
hamlet?
I fear
Is
for
that
Seth
the
that
problem?
anything should happen to you.
Concept.
Sweet.
My apologies. I had hoped to scout the Emblem and secure a clear path.
Both of your celebrations
Come
are
back.
premature. We still
Give me-
have to deal with
it's
these
not-
brigands.
Sweet. I've staved off BB mode for a little while.
I can endure, but for how much longer?
Dude, you're fine. Calm down. Flame's right there.
Lady Leia is
Also,
so
she has
powerful.
right, so, yeah.
Does she even need me protecting her?
You're hurt, brother. Allow me to heal you.
Flame healed Seta.
Now,
Good
let
job,
us
Flame.
uproot these bandits and locate the holy artifact.
That doesn't sound like something I would do.
Defeat the thieves to get more information on the holy artifact.
And perhaps we will get some information out of them in the process.
Still improving.
You have made me keenly aware of my age. I can hardly keep up. Sorry to worry you, Flame. I am better.
The moment you accidentally get turned around and when looking at the mini-map, think you're a unit you are not.
Oh yeah, you thought you were Seta?
Yes, actually I did.
I often think I'm Seta sometimes.
Couldn't hurt.
Like,
It's just a natural state in life.
sometimes you just wake up and you're like, man, I'm Seta
I just
today.
really feel like that.
I feel Seta today, like in my bones.
The artifact's value would be lost on one such as him.
A sacred item has been hidden in this land. Do you know aught about it?
I don't know nothing about nobody.
Have you seen any ancient items nearby?
Actually, I heard there's a shield or something if you go further in.
Door.
Must be the
Door.
homeland of Saint Seros and Great Emperor Wilhelm hid away. Let us be off.
Shouldn't you know if it's the one that you hid away?
I know, right? Why are you putting on these like?
Able to spot it.
Would you still
Also,
be
why
putting on
can't
these?
Flane spot it? Like, is Flane incapable of seeing shields?
Flane doesn't know what she's doing.
Indek once had a workshop in this mountain hamlet, but there is no sign of it anymore.
So much time has passed that all has withered and faded. I only hope the shield itself yet remains intact. Ah, here it is.
This is indeed the shield crafted by Indek for Keyhole, and later passed to Great Emperor Wilhelm himself.
It was made for, St. Keyhole? Amazing.
Oi, hold on! You lot can't just waltz in here and take my shield!
Oh yeah, what are you gonna do to stop us?
You know nothing of its true value.
I mean, he's gonna pester me in a
Greed
minute.
is all that motivates you. Come, I shall rid you of that impulse.
This shield should have belonged to Keyhole, but Saros...
That was 1,000 years ago. Great Emperor Wilhelm is long gone as well.
Here it comes! Would you move it?
Who are you people? Lose.
Dude, is Thief Leader okay?
No.
May you find
Pretty
peace
sure he got
with the
hit
gods.
in the face with a giant
Fine
space
work.
laser arrow.
Let us head back.
While also being diced into tiny bits.
It was made for Snicker St. Keyhole. I'd forgotten how silly her father's true name is. Yeah, right?
Like how Shiz was going on before about how real merchant will just take up another contract when they already have one, and then she immediately runs off to help as soon as someone else pays her. Yeah.
Lady Ray is so strong. Does she even need me here? Well, given that she can't use her fists like she prefers to and is stuck with some dumb sword. Yeah, she kind of does, Serial. Also, love how Sedith casually asking all the people you're killing if they've seen any ancient items nearby. And all of them are just so confused that they can't help but answer him.
Saint Keyhole.
And you know, you think, like, sometimes I forget that's how it's actually pronounced. Because I like making fun of his ridiculous looking name. And then I hear it pronounced, I'm like, oh right, it is actually just Keyhole.
Yeah, I mean, what else would it be?
Sigil, or... Like,
just because it looks like it should be pronounced Chloe doesn't mean it's not pronounced Chloe. All of the nations have a naming scheme, right? Like Elios or Lethos is just, you know, kind of all over the place, to be fair. Then you've got
Firene, which wants to be French.
Well, it doesn't even. It just wants to be like normal names, but pronounced weird. Like instead of Eve, it's Ev, and instead of Celine, it's Saline, and Chloe instead of Chloe, and so on.
Boucheron.
Boucheron, which is just not a name. this is just.
And he sounds so goddamn proud of his name every time.
I am Boucheron.
He's practically the Ferdinand
He
von
really
Meyer.
is. Yeah. then you know, Brody is all just gems.
Gems.
You get to Solm, and I mean the Solm ones have a lot of syllables. There's just a lot of
Yeah.
syllables.
Very vowel heavy.
And Elugia actually just has like names, like
And they're actually pronounced the way
you
you'd
would
think.
expect them to be. Yeah.
We successfully drove out the bandits and recovered the holy
Remember when
artifact.
that moment between Flayn and Sedith in their
I
last
must
Bond
thank
scene
you
was
all for
completely
your help.
ruined when Flayn
Truly,
said
the
uses
goddess
his
has
real,
blessed us
utterly
this day.
ridiculous name?
Yep.
So that shield is the artifact?
It is actually one of the sacred weapons. I am certain you know of them.
Never heard of him.
Grew up literally in a shack in the woods.
They were made... I was paying attention during the mission. They were made by St. Macintosh. It would be Byleth's answer. Just picked the intentionally wrong one.
Oh, right. I remember hearing how Saint Indec made him a long time ago.
I see someone has been stuck.
No, you were literally just talking about it.
Many
Like
people mistakenly believe the sacred weapons were forged by Saint Macule.
Macule.
In truth, most were forged by Indec, then imbued with power by Macule.
It is said that this one, the Okine Shield, was created by Indec for Saint Keyhole.
They were such good friends. Or so I once read.
In a book.
Indeed.
Like a normal
Severus
person.
decided to
Beep
gift the
boop.
shield to the first emperor of Adrestia instead. Do you know who that was?
Wilhelm, obviously.
It was, yeah, let's see if Cyril knows.
Cereal.
It
You're on.
was Vil something, right?
Not Wilhelm. Wilhelm.
Wilhelm Paul Resfeld, the only person to
Wilhelm
hold the title
Paul.
of Great Emperor in the history of Adrestia.
I like
At
that
first,
we've got like
he merely ruled over Emblem.
fucking German sounding shit on either side.
Severus
Wilhelm and
and
Cresfeld and then
Little is just
Paul.
Paul. Yep.
In the blink of an eye, he forged an empire.
That shield's
and
an artifact,
raised an army
indeed.
to
But to be
unite
more
the
accurate, it's
war-torn
actually one
land
of the sacred
Fordland.
weapons. Can't you tell?
His
It's-
battle raged
It's
for
a
decades.
shield. Said it.
Much blood
Shields aren't
was
weapons, even I know that.
Seros and the Four Saints fought beside the Empire at this time, which is why the struggle is now known as the War of Heroes.
Shez has never seen Captain America, clearly.
Did you know all that, Cyril?
Don't use my ignorance to feel better
And of
about
course,
yourself.
I'm sure
Finally,
that
Nemesis,
Rhea's
the
idea
leader
of
the
fighting
opposing
with a shield is
forces,
just bashing
was
people in the
defeated
face with
at
it.
The Battle of
Just an
Terratin.
extra large fist.
Having achieved his chief ambition, Great Emperor Wilhelm ceded the throne to his son, Lycaon. Wilhelm continued to assist Lycaon in battle. But Lycaon perished at a young age, and Wilhelm soon retreated into the background.
Lycaon, whose full name was clearly
He
Lycaon
relinquished
Karl
this shield
Cresfeld.
to Seros, and
Just like
together
Edelgard
they
is
returned it to Indec's
Edelgard Susie Cresfeld.
Then it lay forgotten for over 1,000 years.
1,000 years? It doesn't look anywhere near that old.
That is because Uncle Indec was so skilled. In fact, he was the finest blacksmith who ever
Sorry,
lived.
Uncle Indec.
Uncle?
I
meant Saint.
Indec. They call him Uncle in some fables, so I misspoke.
That seems reasonable
Alas,
an
in the
excuse,
present
right,
day,
Father?
the
I mean,
Adrestian
brother?
Emperor is attempting to eradicate the Church of Seros. They forget their very own
Wait,
ways.
wait,
It's
please.
nothing short of pure blasphemy. Here, the shield is yours.
Shez has also
recovered
never seen a
other useful
shuriken large
items from
enough
the
to be used as a
bandits,
shield either,
and
that's
they are
fair.
yours as well.
Really?
The Archbishop wishes it.
Rhea said I had
Just
to give
as
it to
great
you.
Emperor Wilhelm
Oh
once
god,
used
instead of
this
flashback
shield to
moment.
defeat the wicked
Rhea says I have to
Nemesis.
give it to you, even though I'd really rather
I pray
not.
you might use it to defeat the wayward Emperor Edelgard.
Edelgard Susie Cresfeld. Alright.
Gotcha. I'll give it to Dimitri and tell him to use it as he sees fit.
Excellent. I am certain he will find a proper purpose for it.
Huh, for
Indec's
some reason I expected that to just go into a
and
personal
Wilhelm's
treasury and
fierce
never be seen
will.
again.
Or to
Severus'
somehow end
wishes
up
for
with
Poland
Ingrid.
And the blessing of the goddess herself. All these things dwell within the shield. I am certain it will lead the way to victory for you, as well as all adherents of the Ceros faith.
1,000 years old. It doesn't look anywhere
I'll
near
take
that
your
old.
words to heart,
Why, thank
Will,
you. We try our
and
best.
make
Isn't
sure
that
to
right,
pass them on
Father?
to Demetrius.
Flame, please!
See that you do. I expect great things from you all.
Oh, God. Alright. Defend. The bandits have descended on the thing. Get a magic bow. We're not gonna get a magic bow. Get $4,800. Alright, sweet.
Okay.
Time to go beat up some fools and get $4,800.
That we absolutely 100% totally need.
We do. I mean, we gotta smith taint weapons and stuff, eventually.
Yeah, but you haven't done it yet.
Well, yeah, I don't have enough money. I mean, when you spend money willy-nilly like that, you end up in a situation like what you're in, where you don't have any money.
I shall perform.
Yes, but then you have improved weapons.
I have improved weapons. I'm doing just fine. You also have an improved weapon. I see no problem here.
I can do this. I can do this.
500, 30%.
Let's earn our keep. They're not take. I'll give it 1,000%. We can do it together. Shall we? I'm here to help, if you don't mind. Taking this from us. We must give it our all.
I was not where I thought I was.
Here to help.
Beat the break into their allies. I know. Beat the summoner within the time limit to stop the summoning. It looks like you're already headed that direction.
Yeah, I got it. I'll just skip over a couple of things to go kill the summoner. To go kill the summoner first. Summoner this way. Hello there, Mr. Summoner. I'm afraid I have to kill you now.
Defeat the grappler or their ally before they can rendezvous.
Looks like that's it for us.
Oh, I defeated the summoner.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
But it worked.
Huh.
Apparently so.
Give them no quarter.
That was certainly a well-fortified stronghold.
Is it?
The stronghold's
I feel like Flame doesn't understand the definition of well fortified.
on to the next one. You're
I
incredible.
think she defines it as staffed by a grappler who she doesn't do at all, I guess.
Can't let it end like this. Too easy.
Oh shit, the people we weren't supposed to let rendezvous were about to
How
rendezvous.
remarkable.
Well, he was running straight towards you. I assumed you were going to fix it.
Sorry, but I gotta fall back.
Also, we did complete that mission, so I guess it worked out.
Is that it?
Don't complain about stats, Andy.
I believe this location belongs to us now.
Can't fight like this. I'm bleeding all over the place.
Bless you.
I wish there was another way.
You gotta keep up with you.
Hit them hard and fast.
Grappler is striking at the plaza.
Are they?
Are they? be honest, I don't feel like that's accurate.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we took care of that already.
Get the fortress knight. Okay.
Just gonna kill this frickin'. Or not?
Oh, okay. There's gonna be another. No.
Allow me.
I got it. At least partially.
Yeah, I had to go outside for it. Inside.
Come on, take a breather. You got my back? As long as we're together. I'm gonna follow your
That should do it.
Yeah,
4 warrior specials, one after another.
Yeah, I mean, I think we nuked the area hard enough that, you know. What is the matter? I had thought everyone in camp knew about that. No, why would they? Oh, for some reason I felt as though they had. And Flame is just really bad at paying attention to things recently, isn't she? First she ignores the railguns, then she keeps talking about how her family actually works, and now she's just running straight past important targets she's supposed to be killing.
I mean, in all fairness, I'd literally run past a bunch of shit to get to the summoner to make sure I wasn't sidetracked from actually dealing with the summoner first.
It's not like I don't think she actually ran past the guy.
No.
I think the guy was just like, I looked at the map and the guy was headed towards her, so I assumed he was just gonna run into her and
But
die.
then
he
turned a different direction. Yeah, he veered away from coming towards me. Hey!
Flame! Flame did a thing! Oh my lord!
It's because I killed the summoner, I'm sure.
Flame became
MVP! MVP!
What the hell?
MVP Willow!
This makes sense.
Mercy got Shining Guardian.
Bio. What the hell? Literally how?
You know, kind of the same way Felix got MVP all those times.
MVP. I want at least one meme with that.
Mercy, was that your last class? That was your last class, wasn't it? Oh no,
she still
not
has a
quite.
few.
Transition over to Great Knight then, please. Thank you. Yes, take that plus 30x of Zoltan. That seems reasonable.
And continue to use Asclepius.
Yes.
Because that's clearly what you need.
It's fine. I just don't want to give her other shit. Asclepius is fine.
What the hell is up with Flames a week?
Yeah, Flame's having a weird week after the reboot. It's fine. Shit, thank you. Some
That's so.
Live my life, take this token. Yeah, I will take those advanced heals, thank you. Sell them for cigarettes.
So, what do you think?
We'll take the Holy Knights of Saros. Oh, don't deploy that. Flea market is being held. 1,000 gold for 1 black pearl.
Yeah, sure.
That's a stat drug. Give it to me.
This is probably going to be the last map we have time for.
So, yes, except I am concerned because it's the one right next to Aryan Road here.
That it's going to prompt a cutscene.
That
You're
it's going to
probably
prompt a
right.
cutscene. Yeah, I'm concerned about cutscene.
Okay, then I think we just vamped for a couple minutes and
Yeah, probably better to not make that.
Which means we get to end the night with me being the MVP.
Yeah, you stole that somehow. I'm not sure exactly how, but
Side quest objectives.
yeah, I don't think it cares. I mean, it's possible, but like every other Fire Emblem every other game with the Fire Emblem title attached to it that has ever had an MVP system has just done it off of damage. Damage dealt.
Supplies are the lifeblood of
And I
any army.
sincerely doubt you out-damaged me. considering
Everything
how
has its use.
absurdly stacked Shez is.
Yeah, right. Like, that's the thing, and that's why I haven't been upset about the fact that I haven't been earning MVP at all ever, is because your area of effect is way higher than mine, and you're level capped and stat capped.
Yeah.
I'm still, what, like level 60 something?
70 something, I think, right?
I think it's only 60 something. Yeah, I'm only level 64 and I don't have any capped stats, so...
Not true, you have capped Abraxas and Aura. And a weapon.
Not what I meant.
You have 3 green numbers. Look at them. They're there. They're green. They're stat caps. And technically speaking, I'm not fully stat capped. I'm not move capped. Technically.
Let's see. Bio says Shez was too busy trying to figure out what that shit Flane said earlier after the paralogue meant, so she was too distracted to fight properly.
Yeah, she was just kind of like, you know, what did she mean, uncle? I'm very confused. Okay, so Mercy's getting there on like doneness, right? She's got to finish Great Knight, and then Arvin Lord and Bow Knight, and she's done. Does Great Knight? Do any of these have anything like relevant in there? Up there. Up there. Battle Instincts maybe, but like probably has all the shit for support and stuff. I think Shining Guardian matters. This is the damage ally sustains when inside the same allied stronghold as the.
So yes, it would theoretically work with.
Yeah, I've got it. I've got it on Annie, for instance. We're going to Annie's thing. She's set up for faster adjunct attack and adjunct guard gauges, for more elemental stuff off of adjunct follow-ups, for more support points, for despoil, for warrior assist, more full rate on your warrior specials, strength, speed, and res 10-point increase. More damage of partner specials. If Annie were to gain any experience.
And we're level capped.
No, it just if she were to gain experience, full stop, it's gained by Flame instead. But Annie doesn't level up missions because she's too busy giving all the experience to I mean, she has to be the active unit, right? But like, if you were fighting things as her, because Flame's like health was low or something, Flame would be getting all the experience that Annie would like generating. And then with assist, obviously. Winged. Oh yeah. Huh. And in a surprise twist of fate, Flame manages to squeak MVP. I mean, that's going to become an actual competition once we get access to Byleth. And, you know, I'm playing as Byleth.
I mean, we also still don't have Flane set up quite the way my Flane is either, so I'm still kind of fighting at a disadvantage when it comes to
That's on you for not
unlocked.
using those other classes to get them mastered.
No, I hate playing Mortal Savant. Yeah, no, I take full advantage of the training system in this game to master all the classes I can't be bothered to play.
But we cut it here for this week.
Catch you guys later.
Yes, yes.